IBTV presents live from Cleveland, Ohio at Freeway Lanes. It's the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. Presented today by Hammer, nothing hits like a hammer, Corona Extra, and the TNBAstore.com. Mike Flanagan here with you. We will let you continue to watch the players practice, and then we'll be back with full commentary for tonight's men's 5-game block here on IBTV.
brackets are being paid out at the counter also. Reed-Hawthorne Classic Tournament ballers, please hold up on your practice. Tournament ballers, please hold up on your practice. Once again, bowlers, please do not touch the automatic scores. If you need assistance in correcting a score, please contact the front desk. If a bowler is familiar with the automatic score and all the bowlers on the pair agree, then you are allowed to make any corrections or changes yourselves and continue bowling. May your scores be high or high enough. Good luck and good bowling. We will cut the field in half to 109 men. You may now begin your tournament play.
Good evening from Cleveland, ladies and gentlemen. 5:44 Eastern Time. Mike Flanagan, InsideBowling.com, here with Matt Turek here in the booth for a little nighttime second block. It's go time action here in the men's division of the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. Start out with split screen here, get a chance to look at a couple of pairs, see how the guys are attacking the lanes. The lanes have been freshly stripped and oiled. It's the same condition that we bowled on earlier today. I didn't bowl, but you know what I mean. And right now, through 5 games, Bobby Hall sets the pace at plus 303 for 5 games. He's averaging 260. Eric Cornog, Eric Traylor, Adam Barta, John Reed round out your top 5. If you want to see the scores yourself, you need to be on InsideBowling.com/videos/IBTV Live. If you are on the live stream page watching us, if your browser starts with livestream.com, you are on the wrong page. You can still watch our feed, but you cannot see our Twitter feed, nor can you see the tabs that show all the updated standings down below. So head on over InsideBowling.com/videos/IBTV Live, and you are in the right spot. And those in the chat, if people later are asking where the tabs are, if you don't mind helping them out. I know most of you will be here all evening with us, and we're happy to have you here with us. We have 170 viewers right now, up to 171 now. And we're looking forward to bringing you tonight's action here from beautiful Cleveland, Ohio, Wickliffe to be exact. It's a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. It's the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. This tournament is brought to you by Hammer, title sponsor. Hammer, nothing hits like a hammer, and also Corona. The TNBAstore.com. Of course, us InsideBowling.com as well. So, great tournament, great sponsors. Running behind, though. I will say we are behind. If you joined us during the women's last 5 games of qualifying, at the end of the block, you either loved it or you hated it, but we had a party happening up here in the booth between George Gohagen III, Courtney Crape, and Farrell Williams along with Stu Williams, and it was quite fun. We'll be clipping that out and putting that on YouTube, just like all the other information that we archive. I have a Mike Rose sighting on lane 33. Mike Rose Jr. does have an eagle. Just made the switch from Brunswick over to the Utah facility with Storm and Roto Grip. And action underway now, Matt Turek. We've seen a lot of bowling thus far. It's the halfway point for us. We're going to see these guys bowl. Then we're going to strip and oil again. Then we'll come back for the women and the seniors. Those standings look like they are up to date and available down below. Thank you, Brian, our crack statistician. Matt, welcome back to the booth, and welcome to your second broadcast with me. Appreciate you and all that you've done. Welcome back, bro.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot there, Mike. Just to answer a couple questions here that popped up in the chat, there have not been any 300s shot today. What was the high game today so far? Do you know?
297 Adam Barta is all I've heard.
Yeah, Barta Nation, man. He is sweeping the field. Where is he sitting for the men? He is
in fourth.
Fourth. There we go. Hopefully he'll make a run for that three-peat.
Yeah, he has won the last 2 events. He has won the last 2 Reed-Hawthorns. He is looking for number 3. We had a lot of tweets coming in. Hashtag Inside Bowling. You can communicate with us, and we get to as many tweets as we possibly can.
Yeah, well, the tweets really have been coming in pretty hardcore there for that women's block. They really like George Gohagen III.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fans and a lot of followers out there. No question about that.
All right, well, we're here with you on the split screen.
Yeah, I wish we had our pairing sheet again. It seems to have lost us. But lanes 33 and 34 we have with lanes 47 and 48. We sit behind lanes 39 and 40. And a bird's eye view of our seat, if you've been with us all day. You've seen it before, but this is our look right here.
This is the same pattern, big wheel. It is a modified house shot, just a little bit extra oil in the middle. Clean back ends, I would have to say, to start, but they seem to disappear early on. But about the end of the second game, you've seen people kind of missing right, and they would definitely miss the pocket, leave a little washout or a little light bucket. Sometimes they get lucky, crumble them up a little bit. But then as the day went on, closer to game 5, the middles started to dry up a little bit. You saw people starting to migrate. The right-handers started to migrate a little bit left, and the lefties started to migrate right. So we'll see how these men attack this pattern again here for the next 5 games here, Mike.
Fresh, the pattern's been put down a few times now, so with the pattern being put down that many times, you start to see some pattern burn in. So if there was a house shot on it before today, you can see that now suddenly the pattern will play a little more true as it gets put down over and over again throughout the blocks. We talked about cut score earlier today with Pete Barta. And when we did that, Pete Barta had thrown out some numbers. Let's see if I still have those. Pete Barta said to make the cashers round, which will be after 15 games. Today they're going to bowl 10 games, and then tomorrow they'll come back half the field to bowl 5 more. Pete Barta predicted a plus 255 score, and I predicted a plus 419, and it looks like that number is going to come in somewhere in between.
Yeah, I predicted 300.
They're going to cash somewhere around 28 people unofficially, Tracy Day said. And right now, 28th place is Joe Bailey at plus 124. So if you were to take that and times that by 5, that would be 372 over.
So that's a little bit over what I predicted.
If the pace would continue at that, that is. So this is a critical block to see how the scores go, up or down. 80 Lane Bowling Center here in Wickliffe, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland. TNBA invited us to come out. Just a little bit of housekeeping notes here. If you want to get involved with InsideBowling.com and stay updated on the things that we do, you can head over to our website, InsideBowling.com. We have a forum that's very popular in the St. Louis area, but we would like to have everyone chime in that forum. And if there's ever an area that needs its own forum, we would build that for you right on the site. You can also check out our Twitter page and follow us on Twitter, where I believe we're only 40 followers away from cracking the 1,000 mark.
Wow.
So that's a historic moment for us. We'd love for you to help us get there. And then you can go on Facebook. There's 2 ways to talk to us and communicate with us on Facebook. We've got, of course, a personal page, as it becomes a suggestion of people you may know, which that always grows faster. But our name on there is IB Inside Bowling. IB Inside Bowling. That's about the only name Facebook would allow us to put on there. Would not take Inside as a first name and Bowling as a last name. Mike Rose Jr., lane 33. Looks like he might have a sink in his hand. We're not talking about the kitchen sink. We're talking about syncing up your iPad type of sink, and that's a new ball by Storm. Not for sure, but it looks like that's what's in his hand.
That was a good shot he threw there on 33.
It was. Mike is a gamer. He's bowled well in this tournament. He's won the tournament, I think, the year before Adam Barta, unofficially. And then also, the other way you can communicate with us is on Facebook. You can get on our Inside Bowling fan page. So we also have that. And to interact with me personally, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can go to @SlammyGlobal, SLAMMY Global, Slammy Global on Twitter.
You can also follow myself on Twitter. I am @Clifton Clowers, all one word, ClyftonClowers, all one word.
And then you can also send me a friend request on Facebook if you want. Mike Flanagan here with you, and very, very happy to bring you bowling action. I cherish this moment every single time that I'm in the booth, and I do not take it for granted at all. It's a pure pleasure to be here, and I take commentating very seriously, and I also at the same time like to have a good time. I like to say I put the fun in online bowling. So game number 1 underway. You're just picking up if you're just joining us. Men's qualifying block number 2. Split screen up, 33, 34, 47, and 48.
Yes, and this will be a 5-game block, and after each game, the bowlers will move 2 pairs to their right. There is a split. I believe it's lane 41 and 42. If you end up on 41 and 42, you're going to move down to the low end. That keeps the walk nice and short for these bowlers trying to make their way through this 80-lane bowling center with all these bowling bags and spectators here. It's quite a challenge.
You know what's pretty cool about that is you just mentioned that, and I've been here all day, and I didn't even realize that.
What's that?
About the split. And we actually happen to have cameras on both sides of the split.
Yeah, so we are catching as many people as we really can.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Very, very cool. Also, of course, you can communicate in the chat with us as we try to keep an eye on the chat.
Yeah, speaking of the chat, I'd like to give a shout-out to Brett Cunningham. He's been in the chat most of the day. He's been answering a lot of the questions that we've had to miss due to us just trying to pay attention to what's going on around us and look at standing sheets and talking to guests and doing interviews and all the good stuff. Brett Cunningham sitting at home watching us all day and answering questions in the chat. I do believe he went to go eat something, which is a necessity. So hopefully he'll be back here shortly to check us out and continue to answer questions.
I want to say that the staff here at the Reed-Hawthorne have been so accommodating. And actually, earlier we got to actually talk to the owner of all 5 bowling centers
How
here.
about that? 5 bowling centers.
5 bowling centers, and he let us know how he's committed to scratch bowling and growing this brand and business. So that's a great story. It was really cool interviewing him. Also, we advised George Gohagen and Farrell Williams and the other folks that were up in the booth as they come through our feature pairs that if they want to hop by and give a little insight on what they're doing out in the lanes, that we would greatly appreciate that.
So the first game here is about half done. Most bowlers are here in the 5th frame. A couple are in the 6th.
For those of you interested in the bracket play here at this particular tournament, there are a lot of brackets in this event, and plenty of them to be had. Plenty of brackets here in this event.
Yeah, there are plenty of brackets. They split them up too between the women, seniors, and men. That's fairly nice. I'm sure that's pretty common in a tournament of this size. They do pay out fairly good money for those brackets. So the bowlers are really trying to bowl their hearts out here to try and earn a little extra cash on that bracket side, and then make it to the money round and then the finals tomorrow.
How about 93 ladies? We'll cut to 47 for tomorrow. 12 will cash. In the men's division, 218 men, 109 will come back tomorrow. We will cash 28 unofficially. And then in the men's division, we've got 65 bowlers, where we'll cash 9 spots tomorrow. We'll crown a champion around 6 o'clock, live here on InsideBowling.com.
Looks like we got a request to show the sky cam here. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that very shortly here. Little Snake Williams says his dad is on 39 and 40, so hopefully you'll be able to watch him bowl here.
There's Mark Williams.
Yeah, he's getting ready to bowl there on lane 40. It looks like he went 9 spare split. Strike, and that is the 2nd through 5th frames. I'm not positive what he had on the 1st frame. But he is up here on lane number 40. Let's see how he can do. Nice clean ball. Oh, nasty little split there. Looks like Mike Flanagan here is going to get ready for a little something special going on. You can see him moving around here on the sky cam. As we take a look at the field, there's a lot of very, very good bowlers here. Barda Nation is highly represented here, going for that three-peat.
Okay, Matt, I'm down here with Mark Williams, and we just had a shout out in the chat. Lil Snake is in the chat. Can you tell us who that is?
Oh, that's my daughter. She likes to call herself that.
Little Snake is in the chat, his daughter. You want to give a shout out to your daughter?
Hey, Brittany, how you doing? Wish me luck. I need it.
He says he needs it here, but we wanted to just do instant feedback here as we have fans here in the chat for you watching you on the live stream.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, man, get it going. All right, back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Mike. There you go, Little Snake. A little shout out for you. Hopefully he can get back on the ball here after that split there and string a few, get a good game out the gate here, pick up some pins. It is plus or minus 200 each game for those of you that don't know. We are going to switch back here to the sky cam. Give you a little bit of a bird's eye view of lanes 39 and 40. Joe Kremper. Oh, what is he doing? Looks like he's doing a little of approach maintenance there. Maybe there's a sticky spot or a hang spot on the approach right there, right about 20, 25. Maybe somebody was sticking. Looks like he's testing his footing. That would be a tragedy on par with human trafficking if he got up there and slipped and fell. Matt Turek here, pleased to bring you the action at the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Classic, a TNBA event. Game 1 of this 5-game men's block. This is the second round of qualifying for the men. And scores are looking to be pretty solid here to start. Back ends are probably nice and fresh. People are probably getting good ball reaction for now before they start to carry down. Here is Blevins here on lane number 40 going after his 4-pin. And converts it nicely. Let's see if Wheeler here on lane 39 hits that approach spot. Hopefully not. He's working on a good game. Came in a little high, left the 4-7. Doesn't look like he had any foot issues there, so hopefully that approach is nice and smooth for him. See if Wheeler can convert the spare. Which he does nicely.
Back with you, Matt. Mike Flanagan here, just walking and perusing the concourse, looking for guests to join us. About the only person in the building that I have female-related that bowled earlier is Robin Orlikowski, and she has been petitioned to come to the booth. We'll see if she makes it or not. I don't know if she's going to dinner or what she's doing, but we'll see if Robin ends up making it over or not for us. Wow, slapping it out right there. Nice conversion. 5 in a row for that gentleman. I got Matt going to get some pairing sheets. How's everybody doing in the chat? Buck, we appreciate ya. Little Snake Williams. So I'm getting caught up here on the chat. All right, I have a request here for Porsche. Who do I have a request for? Inside Bowling needs to find Carletta and Tamika Glenn. Carletta and Tamika. See what I can do on that. Carletta, Tamika. Mike Rose Jr. 4 9 counts in a row. Can he get a strike? Oh, wrong monitor. Sorry, guys. So I sit back in. All right, now I got it. Keep an eye here. We'll peek in on Mike Rose Jr. Keep an eye on him here. Runner-up before, also champion in this event. Bobby Hall. Yeah, we're going to try to find out where Bobby is. Tournament leader. We will work on that as well. The seniors are not bowling this block. They bowl with the women. They bowl the same block as the women. 80 lanes, so the 93 women and 63 seniors bowl at the same time, and the 218 men bowl at once. It's actually a change for this tournament because in the past they used to actually have a burn squad and an oil squad, and the pattern equality of the people that came off of each squad was very, very inconsistent. So they made the move to just put the men all on the same condition bowl in the same block, and I think that's a very smart move for this tournament. Love Chunky Monkey here in the chat. That was hilarious with Farrell Williams a little bit earlier. Thanks, B-Dub. Appreciate the help as well. You know, we got an observation here in the chat saying that the lanes might be breaking down earlier this particular block. That's entirely possible because the pattern memory that was in the house shot typically has more oil in the middle part of the lane. So if you see less hook in the middle, you immediately jump left. So it's just something to think about. Brian, you got a ticker up? You good with that? Yeah, are you good with that right now as you're testing over there? Okay. Okay. All right, so you're seeing your senior update that happened on our last broadcast here. The senior scores. I believe the women will come on as well. All right, now here's Mike Rose Jr. 128 in the 6th, double working. Mike Rose looking for 3 in a row. Looks like he's playing around 7. Looks like that was inside a target a little bit, but it held pocket. He liked it. Expected that one to hit. Going through my pattern sheets here, my pairings. Let's see. Looking for Mike Rose. Mike Rose Jr. on his pair here, paired up with Adonis Taylor, Charles Fusco, Anthony Thompson, and Logan Joyner on lanes 33 and 34. They'll be moving right. We'll have them in our next bay as well. We'll have them on the Sky Cam. Go ahead and head back over to Skycam. We're on lanes 37, I'm sorry, on lanes, 37 and 38. We're looking at Howard Ball Jr., Stephen Clark, Marvin Hale, Brandon Troy, and Booker Bates Jr. Lanes 39 and 40, Mark Williams, Willie Haynes, Terrence Blevins, Joseph Trimper, and Anthony Wheeler. And on our right pair, none other than Ed Smaglik, Maurice Moore, Ronald Sims Jr., Anthony Whitehead, and Andrew Smith.
Looks like we got a chat. Is Ron stringing them? I did not catch his last ball there. What is he, E?
.258 score here on this pair. As forgive me, as just trying to get our pairings together. Take a look at the scoreboard. Okay, Matt Turek, we got our pairing sheets here now. We're getting a little bit settled in.
We're good to go for a little bit.
Game number 1, 5-game block. Reed-Hawthorne here in Cleveland. So look around, looks like Mike Rose Jr. can shoot .218 after that 10-pin that we saw him leave. 203, 258, crossing. I apologize, it's 227. Mike Rose Jr. can shoot 219, 210. His crossing mates 177, possible 226. So around 210 to 220 scores here on lanes 33 and 34. Got more viewers than we've had the entire day. We want to thank you, 204 viewers.
Wow. Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
going to be 217 for Mike Rose Jr., 217 Mike Rose Jr., champion 3 years ago in this great event. Got a question about the senior scores posted online. It's going across the ticker right now, as well as down below on your tabs. You can see the women's, the men's, and the senior standings. You need to be on insidebowling.com/videos/IBTV live. See if I can clean this up a little bit here.
Our downward looks like they moved 2 pairs to the right, with the exception of once you get to 42, you're going to move back down to the low end because there is a split in the moving. So everybody that's on 1 through 42 will be switching pairs on that section of lanes, and then everybody that's 43 on down will be switching pairs through that set of lanes. Keeps the travel time short and less of a hassle for the bowlers. Looks like Mike's doing a little tweaking here.
Try to get you a little bigger scoreboard there, a little easier to read.
Yeah. Looking good there.
Okay, we'll head back over to Skycam as we get ready for game number 2. Mike Rose Jr. will be moving over. Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament, men's qualifying block number 2. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek here with you. We're excited to have you here.
Looks like Tony Wheeler here is going to strike up for, he's in the 10th frame on lane 39, and he's got a fairly nice game going there. If he strikes here, that's going to give him
228.
Yeah, 228. Oh,
225.
Yeah, it's still a good game, solid game. Plus 25 pins to start the block.
Ed Smaglick can shoot 267. He's got an open in the 6, which means he's got a 267 with a 9 miss in the middle of the game if he can strike out. He'll be up first ball in the 10th, lane number 42.
What do you think he's throwing there? Oh, no, came in high of the big 4.
So a huge game for Ed, thrown down the tubes. Still a decent game. He can be in the 220s, 230s. See how much count he gets here.
Yeah, he got 2.
So it's 229 for Ed Smaglick as everybody's shuffling around. Marvin Hale. The bowlers here are so nice. Just got my hand shook, said we're doing a nice job by a bowler I've never met before.
Isn't it always nice when you get that? That's been happening to me all weekend long.
Yeah, it's amazing. The group here, they're just so nice.
Definitely.
So nice, so forgiving. Marvin Hale's got 185 now left with a spare. Marvin's a really solid bowler, struggling a little bit out here this weekend.
So it looks like the bowlers are moving pairs here. Who are we going to have matched up here on 39 and 40? Let's see here, take a look at the sheets.
Hey, man, I got Greg Jefferson here. Wants to give a shout out real quick.
Okay.
Talk right now?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Greg Jefferson, bowling up here in Cleveland. I want to give a shout out to the Texas Southern University bowling in the SWAC conference down there. Good luck.
Yeah, you just had a little chat thing in the chat about that. Wanted to know
That's excellent.
Wanted to know how the Texas family was doing there.
Well, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, wasn't it? There's your sheets back, Mike.
Thanks, bud.
So game number 2 is getting ready to start here. Bowlers are moving pairs.
Still efforting to get us a guest here in the booth to help things along a little bit, as we have some social media tasks and some other tasks here that we have to attend to while we're in the booth. Commentating is one small piece of the pie here, but can't tell you enough how great it is having you guys watching this event. I know when I bowled this event the last 5 years, trying to find out how people are doing and what's happening here and how the lanes played and everything is really tough to do. But right now, hopefully you're enjoying us covering this event and being able to see all that. It's 6:23 Eastern time now. We're about an hour in to our evening coverage. 4 games total tonight. And
I
they'll
like
cut
that
to the
on-
half.
I like that there. Sorry to interrupt. Keep your eyes on the target there on his jersey. That's good advice for everybody.
Yeah, and this is a good pair to watch here, actually. I really like these guys. I might even get us a little bonus coverage. I've got some people that are close to me here on this pair. Dean Billings, Brett Shepard, a couple of guys I've met bowling events that I've either competed against or that I've had the opportunity to watch bowl myself. And we'll see if we can get some coverage of these guys, as Dean Billings has won the Peterson Classic before. $50,000 payday to win that tournament. 50 G's.
That's a nice check there for, what is that, a weekend of bowling there, Mike?
Yeah, it's
You know,
eight games of bowling.
Is that all? I've never bowled the Peterson.
It's a treat. I can tell you that Adam Barta had a chance to win last year, but missed a 5-pin.
Oh.
When I say miss a 5-pin, it wasn't like it was a gimme. Peterson, they make the lanes extremely difficult.
Yeah. Do they still put drapes over the lanes so you can't see the arrows? You just got to kind of throw the ball. Is that still the case?
It's not drapes. It's a big man-made wall.
Wow. That makes it fun. Chunky monkey there. Oh boy, do they mess up the lanes at the Peterson.
Yeah, they do. Take a look here where I moved that camera.
Yeah, that's a nice view there.
Get a look at the pair just off to
37
the
and
left
38.
here.
Yeah. Nice 7-pin spare.
We got a question here from L Mix Detroit coming in via Twitter. Where else can I stream the Reed-Hawthorne? Not sure if I understand that question, but you can go to IBTV Live, which is on the Inside Bowling website. Just go to the home page and click on the yellow button, and then you're in the right place.
Yeah, the yellow button's real hard to miss. It's at the very top of the screen. As soon as that page loads, you'll be able to see it. It is a direct link to the video feed. If that does not work, there's a menu bar at the top. You can choose IBTV and then IBTV Live. That should take you to the same page there.
Brett Shepard strike, 9 count. Dean Billings open with a strike.
See if Taylor smashes this one on 39. Oh, 7-pin.
That's an odd hit today when you go into the 1-3 and the
Yeah,
7 just
really.
doesn't even have a chance of falling.
Seems like some bad carry there.
Dean Billings crosses over. He's moved into the inside part of the lane pretty early in this block. Mike Rose Jr. trying to pick the 210, always going for it off on lane 41. Brett Shepard still hasn't attempted his spare as he's been there for quite a while.
Here he goes up on the approach, getting ready to deliver.
Brett Shepard from Louisville.
And a nice conversion there by Brett.
Let's go check in on 47 and 48.
We got there Jesse Smith and then Mr. Peterson. Who's Peter? That's all. Let's see if we can figure out who Peterson is there. Nice shot there on lane 48 by Peterson. Let's see if Mr. Smith here can pick up his 2-pin. And he does.
Jesse Smith was on the outside looking in at the Detroit winter swing. And he was an alternate and ended up getting in the main event of the 4 pattern championships named after some of the greats in PBA history.
There was a nice ball, as you could see, off to the right on lane 49. I'm not entirely sure who that was, but it was nice and clean off his hand and mixed him up pretty good.
We're looking at Toby Seidel, John Long Jr., Christopher Werner, Roy Peterson Jr., Jermaine Allen, and Jesse Smith are on that pair.
Ooh, Messenger carries the 10 on 47. Nice ball there. Got a little lucky break.
Casey Dan has been with us since day one of our broadcast back home in St. Louis. He's from Kansas City, but he's been watching ever since we took a laptop pair-to-pair bowl in a tournament. And Casey says another great broadcast. Good job, IB staff. Thank you so much, Casey Dan.
Got another Texas shout out here, Ryan Whitney from Rated Bowling Star in the chat. So let's give a nice shout out there to Ryan Whitney.
Ryan Whitney, I believe, throws the ball with 2 fingers, cups it. I crossed with him a couple years ago.
And Hank Duncan. Another shout out to Hank Duncan. And there you go. As we switch pairs back to 33 and 34, you'll also be able to see the women's ticker at the very top after their 5-game block. That is their place and total pinfall. 4 or 5-game block, right? 5-game women? That's right.
Only ones that both 4-game blocks are seniors.
That's
yep.
right. Taylor is back up there on lane number 40. Looks like he kind of missed right a little bit, left the 1-2-4. That's a choppable spare, especially if you pull the ball. Of course, that's not on camera right now. Yeah, there's Chunky Monkey. I'm kind of surprised there's no two-handed bowlers out here either. I haven't seen any.
No, I haven't either. I saw Jason Belmonte out in the parking lot trying to disguise himself as not Jason Belmonte and be able to come in and bowl the tournament, but I don't think he was able to get his disguise good enough. Obviously, completely joking. We're second frame, game number 2. We should have standings coming in before too long here.
Yeah,
we're normally about a game behind.
Exactly. There you can see up on the ticker there is seniors for their 4-game block. Scrolling across the top of the screen there.
A lot of dedicated bowlers come back year after year to this tournament. We see them every year.
Jason Belmonte, he didn't get banned. You just can't bowl a TNBA event if you're on tour. I think the rule is you have to wait 2 years after you drop your card.
If you have a title, though, a national
longer,
title, you got to wait 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's the case. Jason Belmonte is not banned from this tournament.
Yeah, he's not too young, as someone says there too. He's just he's a PBA Tour member, and they just want to keep this event to amateurs, which is good. Here is Mr. Heath there on lane 34.
Oh, a lot of John Heath fans in the house.
Looks like he's getting it up. Oh, what a nice ball there. Nice clean strike.
88 and a 4, strike working. Let's go ahead and give you an opportunity to look at a few views here all at once.
Yeah, I like this split screen there. You can keep up on the action on 2 pairs at once. Nice and close up too, so you can see all the reactions of the balls and the names. Trying to keep my eye out for guests here that we could grab.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long day for us, and we just don't want to babble on with useless information, but we certainly can. I do have a text coming in from Greg Thompson Jr. He asked me who I liked in the Super Bowl, and I told him the Ravens, and he told me thanks for the Ravens pick. He also says, I want to give a shout out to myself because I'm that cool. Oh, and Chris Hester, too. Okay, no problem, Greg Thompson.
Looks like we got a chunky monkey there, a big GG Cube fan. I was wanting to know if he's going to be up on a featured pair. I have not seen where he's started at. Have to look at our sheets here to see when he's going to be over to our one of our featured pairs.
Yeah, I'm not all with it to be able to try to figure that out. So hats off to you if you can.
Yeah, it's confusing once they get moving,
especially with it's split into 2 different houses almost.
So I'm going to try and find his name here. We'll see if we can figure out when he might be close to the cameras for you.
BNov06. Is that Brandon Novak? If it is Brandon Novak, we wish you would have came in bold too. I think you would have cashed as always.
All right, well, George Gohagen III started on lane 62. So it might be a little bit before he gets down to one of our cameras.
It's going to be a long while.
Yeah. He's down on the high end. We'll see if we can go down there and find out how he's bowling here after a game or so.
It's going to be a smooth ride down here, George. We'll go back over to Dean Billings. He's got the first 4, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start creating some drama. Can Dean Billings shoot 300, be our first 300 of the day? We saw him go Brooklyn just a little while ago, so if he's going to do it, he will have done it with a Brooklyn in there. Dean Billings looks like he's throwing a Storm Lucid, middle part of the lane. We're going to get blocked here. Let's take a look. Goes Brooklyn through the face that time. So complete, what was somebody coined a new phrase for that. I've got it written in my notes here from the last event. We are going to call that, ladies and gentlemen, the Stream Crusher or the Buzzkill. It was called the Stream Crusher or the Buzzkill. You let us know your vote whenever we throw it over to somebody who's got a string going and we jinx them completely. What do you like better, Stream Crusher or the Buzzkill? Or something better? Stream Crusher or the Buzzkill? If you're just joining us too, we did talk about the new coin phrase in bowling, sweeping the country.
There's a few of them, actually.
Called the ham turkey dinner. It's a 7 in a row. It's the combo of the ham bone and the turkey, coined by Jeff Goodger.
Yeah, it's making me hungry every time I hear it.
A ham turkey dinner. We're looking for those everywhere here in Cleveland. Not a lot of ham turkey dinners here thus far.
Hopefully that'll change this block. Again, this is game number 2 of a 5-game set. Bowlers are about halfway done. Most of them are all in the 5th frame from our viewing angle, with the exception of 43 and 44. Somehow they must have got started late. They're still in the 1st.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, we have an opportunity to grab Pete Barta to sit in the booth. We'd like to hear your feedback if you would like to have Pete Barta in the booth joining us for some commentary. You see, I have to save my voice for tomorrow.
Yeah, that was a nasty 7-10 there on lane 39, boy. Let's see if he can get lucky. Going for the 10-pin, and he converts it, or, well, gets the count.
Usually when you're throwing it at 7-10 on a pair like that, if you're throwing it the left pin on the left lane and the right pin on the right lane is what they say, it'll bounce better.
It's good to know.
Just a little heads up for those of you at home that want a Mike Flanagan tip of the week.
Yeah, the Mike Flanagan School of Bowling.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll give you all kinds of tips here.
Yeah.
If you
Throw
want.
the ball 13 miles an hour and wheel the whole lane.
Will you stop making fun of me, please?
That's the only time I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. I get really upset and offended. It really bothers me to the point where I might just leave now. I mean, out of the building, gone.
Well, I hope I didn't cause you to do that.
I'll
there,
stream
Mike.
crush you. Just dawned on me, it doesn't look like we have a jib cam up with a ticker. Have no fear, Mike is here. We'll take care of that for you. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, here we go. We got the mic. He's got the mic ready.
We're joined suddenly by Mike Rose Jr. up here in the booth. What's going on, Mike?
Well, I've come over to here to 39 and 40, and it seems like we haven't had a lot of right-handers on the pair during the first game. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. Supposedly there was 3 lefties there on the first game, so not a lot of breakdown for us coming to this pair. And I'm actually feeling a little pinch here on this one.
Oh.
Okay, you have 70 in the 5th, if I'm seeing this correctly.
That is not correct, Mike Flanagan. Come on now. Give me some credit. That's 76 in the 4th.
I know, you're the 3rd bowler. I just thought, hey, why not? Why don't we give you the lowest score on the pair? Now, how much better do you feel now?
I don't feel bad. The first game I shot 217 clean. It was a good game. It could have been maybe, 230, but no more than that. But this game, I think I can bail something out here if I just get this left lane going a little bit.
You're using a sink, is that right?
I am, yeah, the new sink. Yeah, just drilled that one the other day. So just trying to get used to it, but it seems to roll really good, real strong in the mid lane, quite a bit of back end, but the back ends are a little tight out there right now.
It looks like you had a little bit of hold on a shot. We saw you leave a 10-pin on the pair to the left. It looked like that was a little left to target.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm trying to actually play the hold because it feels like if I get it too far right, it just hangs.
Gone, yeah. 210. We saw you throw it to 210 over here. Obviously, you were going for it.
Oh, yeah, you got to go for it.
Got to go for the
every
gusto.
time. Oh, yeah,
Gotta go for the
absolutely.
gusto.
I'm not holding back today. You know me.
Yeah, I know, bud. So you won this tournament, what, was it 3 years ago?
It was 3 years ago, yeah. That was before Barta's reign of terror on this place, which seems to be continuing today.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. I don't know where he's at after this first game, but...
I think his brother told me he shot 258.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Wow.
I'll have to send some bad thoughts down his way, even though he is my teammate.
Yeah, that's true. That
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
USBC team you guys have. Well, hey, Mike, join us anytime, man. We appreciate you checking in live in the middle of action.
All right, Michael, thanks.
That's great, bud. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's Mike Rose Jr. just hopping in, grabbing the mic. We love it. I haven't seen anything like that before ever.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I just
broadcast.
walked up there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And
Wish a few more bowlers would come up there and do that for us. Let's see how he fares here on lane 39 after he came up here to talk to us a little bit about it. He went, starting in the second frame, he went strike, strike, 9 spare, 9 spare. He is now up on the 6th, in the 6th frame on lane 39, stepping up on the approach. And a great ball there by him. Great ball. Says he's got it off of his chest now. He came up here to talk to us.
Those of you that are Mike Rose Jr. fans out there, and I am, if you go to YouTube and you search Mike Rose Jr. dance, you'll see him actually do a dance. I forget the name of the song. It's been a couple years since I've seen it, but it's a hilarious dance of him in his living room. I think, or somebody else's living room, and his family doing a dance for his nieces, I believe. Pretty funny YouTube video out there, Mike Rose Jr.
Looks like we got a few fans in the chat out there too.
Oh yeah, where Mike goes, he is remembered. He is a memorable guy. Likes to have a good time, likes to cut loose, have fun, great personality. He's definitely your class clown.
Yeah.
No question. We got some folks starting to come in here, starting to fill back up. Everybody's coming back from dinner.
Here is Greg Johnson. Actually, never mind. We are on the wrong camera. Well, you can see him there. He's way off to the left. Ball's on the lane there on 37, and he strikes. Giving him a turkey. One more for the Cunningham bone. Mike, take a look at this Corona out here. What's the deal with this thing on the top there? What is that?
Oh, on the waitress?
Yeah, the waitress there. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. When do we get an interview with her?
It's got salt in it.
Ah.
That is a good idea, though. I'm going to go try to do that.
You want to get an interview with her? That'd be great. Mike's getting out of the booth here. We're going to try and get an interview with the lane waitress. Figure out what exactly that thing is on the top of that Corona bottle. It's a little strange looking. All right, well, here she comes. Let's get let's figure this out.
Hey, Matt, I'm down here with
Amanda.
I'm down here with Amanda, and Corona's one of the great sponsors of this event. And she's walking around doing something here. We were just wondering in the booth what this is. Can you tell us what that is?
This is called a loaded Corona, and what it is, it's for $6. We have 5 different types of Bacardi, and we pour the shot of Bacardi in with the Corona, and it tastes really good.
Wow.
And it's $6 here at Freeway Lanes, so you're getting a shot plus another drink. So that's not bad at all. It's like $3 a drink.
Yeah, because our cheapest shot is around $4, and this beer's $3.50. So really saving $1.50, so it is a good deal.
Have you had a lot of people taking you up on this offer, or is this your first time?
I got it in my hand, but I already sold one in the first 30 seconds, so.
Okay, you know that guy over there with the Roto Grip shirt on. He's an odd cat over there. That Mike Rose Jr. Maybe, and his wife just had a baby too. You know, maybe they need some of these right here. Yeah, maybe so. All right, well, thank you, Amanda. Appreciate you coming over.
No problem. Have a great day.
We're having a great day here, Matt Turek, of course, checking out the Coronas here.
Most definitely. So now everybody knows what that is. I see here in the chat here, a lot of people want a case of that.
Good morning, Pete Barta.
Good morning, Mike Flanagan.
Here we are at 6:48 Eastern Time in the evening. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning is right.
We needed you to come up here and breathe some life back into this booth as we've been up here multitasking with all the different things going on. And I'm about to order that Corona double shot situation over there for $6.
Yeah, that's a good deal, Mike.
That is. That was fun. Amanda here that works at Freeway Lanes. Great staff. We had the owner up in the booth earlier talking to us. We interviewed him. So
that's nice.
Tremendous overall environment here. It's been such a family atmosphere. So many people have thanked us for what we've done with this broadcast thus far. And everywhere I turn, it's somebody else saying something nice and complimentary. So
yeah, I can't take more than 10 steps without getting stopped and people saying what a great job we're doing, how they love listening to us and having all their friends on the TV to watch.
So if you don't want to come bowl this tournament because you just don't like the format or you don't want to bowl it for some odd reason, you should at least just come bowl it just to leave with your self-esteem lifted up off the ground. You know, I mean, that makes enough sense for me. I mean, some people have to go to therapy. Just enter the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne.
That's all the therapy you need.
That's all you need.
That and those loaded Coronas.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice case of them.
Yeah, with Amanda going around selling those things. Did you see me over there talking to her?
Yes, I did.
Amanda, she's a nice young lady here that works here as a cocktail waitress, doing an excellent job walking around.
Yeah, I've seen her walk up and down a bunch.
If you're a center manager, you need to find an Amanda for your bowling center.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure Amandas don't grow on trees.
So can we get an Adam Barta update?
Adam Barta shot 258 game one.
258 Adam Barta.
Strike, spare, all the way to the 10th frame, rung an 8-pin, picked it up, and I don't know what he got on the last ball. Whatever gives you 258.
Perfect.
And then he had spare four-bagger this game. And he's down, I got to tell you, you're going to see when guys go down to that far end down there in the 70s and 80s, where the ladies and the seniors get used from whatever, like, let's say 68 on, down to the end, you're going to see some scores absolutely plummet when those guys go down there because they oiled them for the ladies and the seniors, and then they turn around and re-oiled them when they set it up for these guys. So they're really squirrely. But it's, it's interesting. It's part of it. You just got to deal with it.
Yeah, that's bowling. That's like you just got to adjust, hit the pattern.
So let's see if we can wake some of these people up. I talked about this before, and I'm curious if some people will chime in. What are your thoughts on bowlers, certain bowlers, amateur staff bowlers mainly, being allowed to throw balls that haven't been released yet? You for it, against it? I'm personally for it. I think it's a way to promote the product. Let people kind of test drive the bowling ball without owning it, see what it does. They might have some interest in it, they might not. And other players, personally, in my opinion, ones that don't practice and work hard enough on their games, believe that those bowlers that are fortunate enough to have those contracts have some unfair advantage, which I totally disagree with, because they had to work to get that contract. They didn't just pass them out for Christmas.
Yeah, they don't hand them out like
you
money or water.
Yeah, you really have to work hard and get noticed and spend a lot of time on your game to get one of those
really
contracts.
prove to them that you're capable of carrying their brand.
Absolutely, and not only that, as a bowler, and especially if you're an up-and-comer, one of the things you need to think about is your attitude on the lanes. That goes into it. I mean, when you're a big business person like Hammer, Storm, DV8, whatever, and I'm not speaking for them, but I am a business person myself, you don't want somebody out there that can't control themselves or that is disrespectful to market your brand for you.
Right. It looks like we already have it chimed in for Plum Bowler says it's not that big of a deal. They still have to throw it to score. They are legal balls. They will be out on the market legally. And they're not illegally weighted or anything like that.
Yeah, whoever that is spot on. That's exactly right. You still got to throw the ball. You can't just walk into the tournament, put a ball in the rack that nobody has, and say, "I win. Where's my trophy? Give me my money."
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like we have a Derwin Petrie sighting here, as he didn't like that shot very well over here on lanes 33 and 34, but he is bailing out a game here. He can shoot 212. Be his second shot in the 10th.
Oh, I see. You guys are scrolling the scores across the top.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we got the ticker going there. That's the women's after the women's block.
And as soon as it comes into us from the tournament office, it goes out live to the public. So it's not like we're sitting here waiting on, sitting on scores. And we're just, as soon as they're processed in the tournament office, we get them out within 30 seconds.
That's good. And I have to say something. Since I was in here earlier today, everything looks, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's because of so many hours, more crisp. Like it's, everything's...
It's probably the camera angles. We've really focused on our camera angles this time around.
Yeah, we've been tweaking them pretty much all week.
I mean, it looks good anyway. It looked good before, but now it looks really, really good.
Oh,
kind of like you're watching HD TV.
That's good. That's exactly what we're going for.
Right. And as you said earlier, you guys get a lot of compliments, and that is a testament to what you guys do. So you should, pat yourselves on the back. Because you really do a good job, and it shows, and people notice it, and that's rewarding because of all the hours and time and money and everything else you guys sink
into it. Not to mention the money.
Right, and a lot of it has to do with the sport. You guys are doing it for the sport.
Oh yeah.
And as we all know, it's kind of been a dying sport, but it's nice to see that there's some young people out there that are bowling, and starting to see more of them, and starting to see some in leagues, which is really nice. So hopefully the pendulum swings the other way.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that junior leagues are the most important, because if you start them young and get them bowling young, and then they work on their game and build up friendships and meet new people, and then they go out of town and travel their junior tournaments, and then they grow up to bowl men's leagues. They get their friends to come and bowl. It's nothing but good things for the sport of bowling.
Well, I agree, and I personally think that high school bowling has a lot to do with it. And since I said that, one of the top high school bowlers in the area just happens to be standing behind me. I don't know if you know
him, Mike. Should we do an
Brittany.
interview?
I don't know if you want to.
Should we do an interview?
I don't want to embarrass you, dear, but Brittany's 18. She's an adult. She can be interviewed. Just try not to say and too much. So sitting next to me now is Brittany Ferrara. She is a senior at Hubbard High School, which is a suburb of Youngstown, Ohio. And Brittany's going to be going to college, so if there's any college coaches out there interested in a very good bowler, very good student as well, which is part of the game, you could consider Brittany. And Brittany, what is your average now?
I finished the high school season with an average of 213. Now we're going into sectionals and districts. So we'll see what happens.
And if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, you set the school record.
Yes, I did. In a match against Struthers, it was a conference match. I went 259, 279 for a school. We're a 2-game series of 538.
Wow, very nice. Very nice.
By the way, her father's in the field. He's over here.
Oh, great.
Mark Ferrara. And pretty soon she'll be beating her dad.
Hopefully one day.
It won't be long, he says.
Just like I beat Adam. Well, not exactly, but kind of like that. Yes, Adam, I'm playing my own instrument.
You should be allowed to, though, right?
Exactly, right. Just like I told you.
Everyone
If you
should
have
be
an
allowed.
instrument, you better play it because nobody's going to play it for you. So play it loud. Nothing shouldn't be embarrassed about being good. If you work hard and you're successful, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. That goes for life, business,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
And most importantly, you got to keep at it.
Yeah, don't get me
Even
wrong.
when you get discouraged and you have your ups and downs, you know, and you're down, you got to keep going for it.
Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Humility has its place, and I have a lot of respect for people that are humble, and I happen to know a lot of them. And Adam's one of them. He's a really humble guy. I kind of struggle with that, in case you haven't figured that out. But hey, it is what it is. We are what we are, and hey, you know what? Whatever.
Yep, that's what it is.
Love me or hate me.
Yep.
Yeah, you've known me for a long time, Brittany.
Yeah,
So
it's been a
so
while.
tell us now. You're done with sectionals, right?
Yeah, we just finished sectionals yesterday. We qualified second going into districts.
So what
it's-
exactly? Because I'm not familiar with high school bowling, and it didn't exist when I was in high school, and actually it didn't even exist when Adam was in high school. So districts means what? What does that mean?
Districts is the second round of qualifying to go to the state tournament. It consisted of 3 regular games and 6 Baker games. Each team bowls. And then the top 5 teams, I believe, move on to the next round.
The top. Okay, how many teams will be there?
There was 28 or more yesterday there.
Oh, districts? You already bowled districts?
No, that's sectionals.
Okay, so
it
how many will be at districts?
Probably 30, I would say.
And the top 5 teams, this is all girls teams, right?
Yes.
So those top 5 teams will go to the state tournament,
Yes, we'll
which
go to the
is,
state.
I assume, in Columbus?
It's Columbus. It's in Columbus the first weekend in March, and I believe it's at Wayne Webb Columbus Bowl.
We've got a couple of questions here in the chat for you about high school bowling. They want to know if you like the Baker in position rounds, how you feel about Baker games, things like that. Personally, I love Baker games.
So do I. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. It really brings the team together to see what we're capable of doing because everyone has their 2 frames, and if you happen to open in a frame, it may hurt you.
Right.
It may cause you from losing
I
the
believe
game.
it's like the ultimate team bowling.
I would say
You
so.
know. Looks like we got a score update there, Mike.
Yeah, I got an update here after game number 1. Bobby Hall leads. He shoots 233. He sits at 1536. Second place, Adam Barta with 258 the first game. Eric Hornig only shot 178. He drops to third at 1456. John Reed shoots 236. He sits fourth. John Boyd to third at 255. Ted Pritz making a nice move up to 6th with 241 his first game. Eric Traylor going in the wrong direction with 172. Zeke Bate 206, right on down the list. Just want to tell you, though, biggest game of the block, Rodney Nickel, 287.
Oh,
he shot
very nice.
1074 the first block, comes out with 287. He sits at 1361 now through 6 games. So Rodney Nickel, hats off to you. Other pretty big score, Jeremy Thomas, 268. And 256 for Maurice Moore. So that should be up on your tab area as soon as we get the email. This is the hard copy in my hand.
Mike, what are we looking at for 26th or 25th?
26th right now is 1332.
So that's plus 132.
No, it's plus 232.
Oh, plus 2. Yeah, that would be 232. How about the half the field cut? 109 or whatever it is.
109 right now is, drum roll,
You listen to my stomach growl.
12-10.
12-10 over.
12-10.
10 over. There you go, Pete Barta.
So Keisha Nicole here in the chat wants to know if you've ever tried, ever bowled the Storm Team Challenge.
Brittany, that's to you.
No, I have not. I have not participated in that.
What exactly is that? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I
This is
don't
the
know.
first I've heard of.
Yeah, it's someone in the chat was just asking about that. So
Well, maybe they'll chime in and tell us what that is. I'm not sure what it is. Now, Brittany, I assume, so I hope I don't embarrass you. Are you the anchor for your team?
Yes, I am. I have been pretty much the whole season. It's really been a pleasure for me to be able to hold that position and get as much as I can in those frames.
And I guess I also understand, even though it was practice, I believe, you did shoot a 300, right?
Yes, I did. About 3 weeks ago, the Monday before I shot my school series, I shot my first 300 in practice at a team practice.
Impressive.
Wow, very nice.
It was exciting.
I have a
I
feeling that will not be your first one, or your last one. Maybe
I
your
hope I
first,
have
but not
one
your last.
soon. I would like to have one in an event so I can get a ring. It will be nice.
Is it a separate type of ring if it's done in high school?
No, you
tournament
can.
play or whatever?
When you sanction yourself on the back, you can sign up and check. I don't remember exactly what it is, but you can check off something so that you can receive a ring in high school play.
Interesting. Another thing I wanted to ask you. So your team goes to districts. If your team doesn't do any good, is it possible that you could go to state? I don't know how that works in high school bowling.
Since we are bowling 3 regular games before the Baker games, depending on what your 3-game series is, you could qualify as an individual if your team does not make it. So there is the opportunity of me still going to state if my team struggles.
So how do they determine how many people go out of that 3-game total? Is it just the one girl that?
I believe it's top 5.
Oh, kind of the same thing. The top 5 individuals not on a team that's going get to go as well?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that gives you an extra chance to go, but obviously I hope your team goes.
It would be nice to go as a team, but you always have to look back and say, well, you can always go as an individual too.
Well, that's a nice backup. So
Definitely,
I guess we
You
wish
can never doubt yourself.
No. You got to work hard.
Yep.
You know that.
Yes, I do.
You see your dad do it. You see my brother do it. And usually, with hard work comes success. Sometimes it doesn't. Just means you got to work harder, change things, do what you got to do.
It takes a lot of practice.
Yes, and you're not afraid to get in there and do that.
Nope. I try and go out to the lanes almost every day as much as I can.
Really?
Yes.
And from what I understand, you keep a decent grade point average as well. I won't ask you to say it on the air, but
Yeah, I maintain.
I know you're over 3 point something.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's very good.
Well,
Been doing really well this year.
Schools are interested in that, and if you young people are listening, obviously colleges, they want bowlers, but you got to be more than just good. You got to be smart.
Schoolwork is always first. Bowling is never.
And it should be.
Very good attitude to have.
Here's something for you to remember, and I learned this as a youngster. There's one thing nobody can ever take from you, and that's your education. So you got to take advantage of it. You go to college, bowling's great. It should be a lot of fun, but you're there to get an education, and that's what you need to focus on because it's going to be very difficult,
You're gonna need a job in the future.
Yeah. You can't bowl forever.
No.
Or marry some rich guy.
And then you can bowl forever.
That is a possibility, but you do have to have a good education and a good job.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, Brittany, we wish you the greatest success in what you're doing, and appreciate you coming in the booth and talking with us.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, Brittany.
Bye. Okay, Matt. Well, that was nice.
Yeah, that was
she handled
awesome.
herself pretty well for just being on the web for the first time, probably.
Yeah, I would probably wouldn't have handled that myself if I was sitting on the spot
very,
like
very
that.
well.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll have to remind them that you can see this on YouTube and listen to it.
Yeah, usually after the stream is completed, it's updates on Tuesdays. I said usually after the stream is done, it's updated on YouTube channel on Tuesday. Yeah. So anybody that's out there in the chat that wants to have missed part of the action today, they should update it there on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, depending on how our schedules are back when we get back in town.
Oh, I'm getting asked about the website. Is there any kind of card or anything that has like the website on it so somebody can...
It's pretty easy to remember. I can write it down for this gentleman here.
Matt's going to write it down for you.
I can find a piece of paper maybe.
Here's a pen.
I got that.
Here's, well, you can write on one of these, right?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Why not?
And of course that pen is broken.
If you're just tuning in, don't forget that Inside Bowling is also on Twitter. And if you're on the website, be sure to purchase from the sponsors of the website, as that is one of the things that enables this to take place. It's a great service these guys provide. And it's nice to see you guys tune in and support the website and amateur bowling. So what do we have going on over here?
Well, it looks like game number 3.
The website, www.insidebowling.com.
Has been complete or is getting underway here. Let's see who's out in front of us here. Looks like Vic Turner there on lane 39. He's giving some courtesy.
Not familiar with him.
Yeah, I'm not too either there.
Derwin Petrie, obviously, I'm familiar with. He's been around for a while. Well, Danny Guerrieri, he was in the top 10. He's bowling to our left, which would be in the 34, 35, 36
region.
Yes. Oh, and actually, I don't know if he's in camera view or not, but Adam Barta is like on lanes. What is that over there, Matt?
I think it's 40. Let's just head over there and see.
45 and 46, maybe.
47 and 48. Well, there he is, right there on the screen. Nice strike there. Nice strike.
Good job, Adam. Your brother appreciates that. And coming up on lane 47, by the way, is Chris Werner. He's a Rochester bowler. Bowls a lot of tournaments. He's a friend of Adam Barta's. And
came a little high.
His nickname is Cheeseburger. And Matt, I'll give you a guess. I know you don't know him, but guess what his brother's nickname is?
Fries?
No, you're close, though. He has a brother, Dave Werner, and his nickname is Hamburger. So you have Hamburger and Cheeseburger. How about that, huh?
Okay, it looks like Mike Flanagan here has got another interview getting ready to start. Let's switch the camera over and take it away, Mike.
Hey guys, I'm over here hanging out just right to the left of the booth here, and this young lady here said, you know, you all should move the camera around like on the spectators like me. So I was like, all right, that sounds good. So who am I here with?
My name is Deborah Lee Stokes.
Deborah Lee Stokes. And what brings you here to this tournament? Are you cheering somebody on?
I'm cheering Lawrence Starworth on. He's one of my teammates. Excellent bowler.
Right here, Mr. Stallworth, right in front of us on our
Starworth,
Skycam. We've been watching him lanes 39 and 40. And who are you, sir?
I'm Philip Prince.
Who are you here watching?
Everybody.
You're watching everybody? You just a bowling fan? You bowl yourself?
Bowler friend, trying to improve my game. Here to watch all the good bowlers.
Do you two know each other?
This is my long-lost mother.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, that makes sense. Well, anything you want to say to the folks at home since we got you on camera and you wanted to be on here?
Bowl good, everybody. I'm coming for the lady seniors next year. Be ready.
Lady seniors. You're a senior? You don't look like a senior.
Bye.
Oh, my goodness. What's in the water here in this area, everybody? Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to send it back over to you, Pete Barta and Matt Turek, checking in over here.
Thank you. And let's see what kind of action we have going on over here.
Well, back to 47 and 48. Where are they at? Are they in between games right now, or what's going on?
I'm not exactly sure. This is not...
Oh, it looks like we got a tweet coming in from the town of London.
Okay, I got an Adam Barta update. I sent Brittany out there to find out what he had, and Adam had 237.
Oh, nice.
So he's off to a pretty good start. 258, 237 on a very difficult pair.
Yeah, that's a nice start.
I was down there. That's a little tough down there.
He might be making a run for that first place qualifying spot.
Well, I had a feeling he might, as I told Mike. By the way, a lot of these bowlers, people may not know it because they don't look the healthiest, many of them, but it does.
That's what he walks into.
Just walk into that. Pete Barta in the booth. These bowlers, people may not know it, but they all look overweight, and they all don't look very healthy at all. They're all a bunch of people that are about ready to croak. Jeez.
Exactly.
What is
just for the record, I'm not exactly a picture of health myself, but I have been.
You and I on the seesaw wouldn't be funny. I'd be up in the clouds.
Yes, you would.
Bum. I'll be here all week.
But I have been working out for about 90 days vigorously,
yeah, you have.
and so I'm trying to do something about that. But anyway, these bowlers have a lot of endurance, believe it or not. I mean, these guys sometimes bowl a lot of games in a day, and Adam got another strike. I like to see that. By the way, Mike, you were away. Adam had 237 game 2 of this block.
Well, if you add all those numbers up together, that spells 12.
Yes. So again, we have Chris Werner coming up. Oh no, maybe they're done.
I think
I
they
can't
are
really
done.
see their scores, but they're done.
I think they are done. Let's head back over to the Sky Cam here. Watch out. What's
While
in
you're
front
doing
of us.
that, Mark Ferrara is here up. That's the young lady that we just interviewed. That's her father. He's the gentleman in the orange here on lane 39. And we'll see how he does on his shot here. Oh, by the way, he's crossing with John Heath, who we talked to earlier. He's the gentleman that set the house record last year.
Oh, in this house?
On Sunday, yeah. He's the one that shot 277, 300, 300.
Wow.
Not too shabby. And he jumped from whatever the cut number was all the way to 5th place to make it to the step ladder. Yeah, he bowled very well.
That is nice bowling.
And Mark Ferrara struck. Again, for those of you tuning in, there are a lot of bowlers here from a lot of different states. The TNBA tends to draw people from all around the country. This is one of the tournaments that they have where you can come from anywhere and bowl. They also have what they refer to as the Rodman, and each region has a Rodman. And
not to be confused with Dennis Rodman.
Yes, definitely not to be confused with Dennis Rodman. And you have to live in that particular region to bowl in that particular Rodman. And then I believe the winners of those Rodman tournaments, and there's a ladies winner, a seniors winner, and an open men's winner, go to the national tournament and bowl for some other type of prize. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but again, you have people that travel quite a distance to bowl here, even in this, least to say, decent weather. We have people here I know from Arizona, Texas, Maryland, New York, Mississippi, Missouri. Do you think any other ones, Matt? Oh, I'm sure. Obviously, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Illinois.
Did you say New York?
Yeah, New York. There's a lot of Chicago area bowlers.
Cuba.
Here. What? There's someone from Cuba? Is there, Mike? Or are you just being you? Someone from Cuba decided to bowl. They're not doing too well, but guess what? They're staying. They're not going home.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you can send out those hashtags. Brittany just gave a little shout out. Just got to go into the booth at the Reed-Hawthorne.
Yeah, she's pretty excited about that. I hope she turns out to be a good bowler. And continues her career.
Yes, as long as she keeps her head on her shoulders.
Notice how she mentioned she got to talk to me, even though she took my spot. I just want you guys to realize who the big star is up here.
I guess
none of us get any credit around here.
Zero.
Just Mike Flanagan.
Right.
This is Mike Flanagan's show here.
Hey Lee, if you're out there listening, don't worry, buddy.
Lee.
I get the same treatment you do, Lee, and I don't have a contract either. So.
Lee Vadoris. Lee. That is so amazing, though. You have no idea how many friend requests I get these days, and I accept every one of them.
You ought to be getting close to that 5,000
Oh
number
no! I'm not that cool.
Well, anybody that's out there that's not currently friends with, is it the Inside Bowling one, or Mike?
Me. But
Mike,
IB Inside Bowling's a good one. Inside Bowling fan page is a good one. I'm going to go around and just take a gander here and see what kind of numbers we're running here. Let's look at the Inside Bowling fan page. We've got, it looks like right now on this one, we've got 1,388 people. Oh, we got 13 new likes just today. So thank you for that. Yeah. Then we check out the personal page for Inside Bowling on Facebook. It's called IB Inside Bowling, because they won't let you use Inside as a first name. I don't know why, but they won't.
Looks like we need to add Louisiana also to the list of states where bowlers are from here. Thanks, Huck, in the chat.
Interesting. Well, while Mike's doing that, you could send friend requests to Mike Flanagan as well. I don't want to misspell his last name.
Flanagan.
There you go.
My URL on Facebook is facebook.com/the Mike Flanagan, like the Ohio State University.
There you go.
The Mike Flanagan. We got 3 new friend requests here on IB Inside Bowling right here.
And
Mike Strike Pop McBride. Ooh, that's a cool name.
Yeah, it is.
DJ Kaz Fontenot and Jonathan Stone. Welcome to be new friends with us right now.
And any of you Barta Nation people that are out there that aren't friends with Mike, go ahead and send him a friend request. You'll see the hand hugs and other
Oh,
things
yeah.
up there that they put on there. And he's a good guy. He's friendly. You can send him questions about bowling, comments about bowling, what you think of what he's doing. If you think he can do something better, tell him. He'll listen.
Yeah, probably get me out of the booth. There's a new friend request coming in. Thank you, Rudy Campos, for watching tonight.
There you go, Rudy.
Rudy.
Oh, there's one. Hire Pete Barr to full-time and pay him.
I like
How about that? I like that.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I'm a little nervous about that. They're going to kick me out of here.
No, Matt, you're safe.
Now, here's the question. Who's cooler, Lee or Matt?
Yeah, I would like to know, to be honest
well-
with you. I would like the chat to chime in because I've heard some things about Lee that he needs a fan club, and then I've heard some other things about Lee that he doesn't. This is only the second time I've commentated on Inside Bowling. I'm trying to pick it up pretty good, so please.
Here comes his plea for being better than Lee.
Yeah, go ahead. Tear it up in the chat here. Let's see what you guys have.
I'm going to tell you, Matt. I'm going to say you. You want to know why I'm going to say?
All right. Well, there's one for me.
Well, wait a minute. You want to know why I'm going to say you?
Why?
Because you're sitting right next to me.
All right. Well, I'm going to go over here and get a drink real quick, and then check out the YouTube stream Tuesday. Well, let's
There
see
you
how
go.
you really feel.
Although I do like Lee. I didn't really get to spend as much time with him at the holiday doubles tournament in St. Louis, but he seems like a really nice guy. And actually, everybody that Mike surrounds himself with is quality individuals.
That's not what most people say, Pete. That's so nice.
Well,
of
hey,
you.
for bowling, I can assure you none of them just got out of the penitentiary.
Yeah, that's true.
Real quick here in the chat, they're asking what game this is. I believe this is game 3. They're getting ready to wrap up.
It is. Well, some of them are just
some
starting.
of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it is, in fact, game 3, which
Yes.
is really game 8. Game
Yeah,
8
for
of 10.
the day of the
And then
event.
they will cut the field in half, and I believe they're taking 109 bowlers. Is that correct, Mike?
109, that's
109. And then they'll bowl 5 more and cut to the top 20-something tomorrow.
Yep.
And they'll bowl 5 more games. And then I believe they may just cut to the stepladder from there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
After which set?
After 5 tomorrow, or they bowl 3
They
more?
have 4 more.
Oh, okay. I knew it was a lot of bowling tomorrow.
4 more, so 9 possible games tomorrow.
Then cut to
Step ladder, 5.
No, after the 20-something, cut down to what? Does it say? They bowl 5, come back to field. Oh, that's what it is. They come back tomorrow, half the field. Everybody bowls 5.
What time's that itinerary say they start tomorrow there, Mike?
They start at 9.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Eastern time.
So basically 8:45 is practice. We will be on the parking lot at 8:44, and we will be smoking the tires.
What's that? Oh, okay, Matt's going to go take care of that. So anyway.
Those are wires that we left that aren't even being used, so that's perfect. We had to try to run internet wire in here twice this weekend.
Wow. So they're going to bowl these 10. They're going to cut it in half. That half comes back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock and bowls 5 more games. Then after those 15 games, they will cut to the top 20-something, roughly 22, 23, 24. Those individuals will bowl 4 more games and then cut to the top 5 for the step ladder. The women's and seniors, the women's may work exactly the same. I'm not positive about that. The seniors, I believe, bowl 1 less game each time. And they do all 3 step ladders at the same time. So
Yes, they do.
All the matches go on at the same time. They do get quite a big crowd for it. People stick around and cheer for their favorite bowler or whoever they just happen to be rooting for that day.
So what we're hoping, and let me ask your opinion on this, Pete. If you were the TNBA and Mike Flanagan and we were trying to bring that to the fans, what would be your approach for covering that? Considering we got the jib that can cover 37 to 42. It could cover 6 lanes at a time. And then we've got 2 other cameras, one on 33 and 4, one on lanes 45 and 46.
Well, this is what I would do. And this isn't any disrespect to any particular group of people, but I would certainly have the men on one of the cameras, absolutely. They're the biggest group and probably have the largest following.
Well, here's where I'm going with this. Could they bowl on 37 and 38, 39 and 40, and 41 and 2, all at the same time, and just give each other PBA lane courtesy?
I don't see why not. Actually, I think that would be great because they could all be watched at the same time.
They could all be watched at the same time. We could cover it with the jib. I could move some of these other cameras over to get extended angles. I could do close-up on the pins. I could do a lot of really cool stuff.
I think that suggestion needs to be made. And probably what they could do is ask those finalists, whoever they are, do you mind doing that?
And it would take a little bit longer to get through, but it would be covered and presented online in such a way that, you know, the people at home, I mean, you'd be watching one shot at a time, because here's what's bad for us up here is you're going to have two people up on the approach at the same exact time in the finals, and we can't possibly show them both at the same time unless we do a split screen. But we would have to have different split screen modules set for every single situation, and that would be tough to build and to get accurate. And then if a camera gets bumped or knocked as it's really busy behind there, then everything's all messed up, and we're trying to do that on the fly and commentate. So what would be the easiest for us would be just to put them all together right here, or at the very least use 37 and 8, 41 and 42 to be covered with the jib, and then use like one off pair for maybe like the seniors, and we can cut to it as often as we can.
Or have all three there. I kind of like that idea. You guys that are following InsideBowling.com, what do you think? I know there's thousands of people out there that are paying attention to this. No, there are. I mean, believe it or not, a lot of these bowlers, even though they're amateurs, have quite a fan following. What do you guys think? Would you like to see it that way or some other way? We'll talk to the tournament director and see what we can do. I kind of like the idea of having them all bowling right next to one another. It would take just a little bit longer, but again, it's only really inconveniencing those 15 people, and it may just be worth it.
I had a question about Ryan Whitney. He has 117 in the fifth with a strike up in the sixth. He's throwing in a spare now. Possible 247 max score.
Interesting. Oh, here's someone, Justin Pisarski. He's a Pittsburgh bowler. They want to see Pete bowl. Interesting. Are you sure? I am left-handed, believe it or not. Although I don't average 230 or 240 or 250, but I haven't bowled in 10 years. So I currently average 177, but I don't mind bowling. I don't throw it that bad. I'm just horrible picking up spares and only bowl 3 games a week. But I enjoy it. I really enjoy bowling with Adam, which is what got me back into it. So, here we go, LOL. Everybody likes that, huh? Well, see that? You don't have to be great to get in the booth. You just have to know somebody.
You don't have to be great to create a booth either.
There you go. Or better yet, if you're related to somebody that's great, you get to spend all kinds of time in the booth.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much say whatever you want about them, and they can't do anything about it, which is even better. You can get handicapped, buddy. Yes, I would get a lot of handicap. Unfortunately. However, I do have to tell you guys that are paying attention, I did shoot, not this year, a 297 is my high game.
297.
Yes. And on my 12th shot, it was everything I could do to let go of the ball. So Adam did not get his nerves of steel from me. He got that all on his own. Not sure, Mike, do you have any idea if the scores are kind of high this time around or, mediocre?
Oh, no way. We've got a celebrity checking in.
Get out of here. Who is it?
I gotta tell a story about this guy. And this guy and I don't believe we've ever met face to face. I met his wife.
Who would that be?
Brian O'Keefe.
Brian O'Keefe.
Brian O'Keefe writes in and says, I love me some Pete Barta, hashtag Inside Bowling. Brian O'Keefe from the USBC headquarters, gold certified coach. We call him
Deep. D-E-E-P is his nickname.
Deep.
Right? Deep.
From the University of Nebraska. He used to bowl the Match Games tournament at Strike and Spare Lanes in St. Louis, Missouri, which is no longer open, by the way, Brian O'Keefe. And I used to go up and watch his team bowl year after year, and they were my favorite college bowling team to watch as a younger guy. I'm talking 11, 12, 13 years old. No offense, Brian, not trying to show your age. But this guy, he used to bowl with a guy named Jeff Beasley. And I thought this guy, Jeff Beasley, threw the ball amazing. And I have no idea what happened to this guy. So Brian O'Keefe, if you could follow up with another tweet, or if you could come into the chat, please, I would love for you to give me an explanation of what happened to Jeff Beasley. Because this guy, Pete, I'm telling you, this guy threw the ball amazing. No offense to Brian O'Keefe, because Brian threw the ball great. And I loved watching him. And, man, his poise and his tenacity and his just he was such a leader on this University of Nebraska team.
Interesting.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah,
and then I've watched his career progress, and to see him passionate about bowling and coach bowling. Oh man, I love what he's doing. I'm a huge Brian O'Keefe fan.
I am as well. Brian and his wife Shannon, who is a Team USA member, by the way.
Yeah, we haven't even touched on her yet.
Yeah, have been great friends of mine for a long time.
Not literally either, by the way.
They are. Yeah, Shannon's a pretty woman.
Walking down the street.
Yes.
Walking next to me.
Brian is very lucky.
They're both great people.
Yes, they are. They're quality
They
individuals.
complement each other.
They are also very approachable. Brian's a great guy, a great bowler. And as well as he is, I mean, Shannon kind of has more notoriety. But he's good. As a matter of fact, those two, I believe, won the Lucy in Houston.
Yeah.
The mixed doubles tournament.
Yep.
So those two aren't too shabby, and I appreciate it, Brian. I miss you, buddy. I know you're down there where it's warm, and you're not missing anything here other than the tournament. The weather is absolutely horrible, and I hate it.
He's an amazing coach, and you can see his video vignettes, I like to call them. That's what I call little YouTube things put together, vignettes. Anyway, you can see his coaching tips on his vignettes on the Bowl TV YouTube channel, as he is a gold certified coach. And Brian, if we're ever in the same town at the same time, I'd love to sit down and talk to you a little bit about just bowling in general and get some of your thoughts, and maybe get a lesson one day from you as well. So Brian O'Keefe checking in, a celebrity of the USBC, and someone that I've never have had the pleasure of actually meeting face to face. But
you don't know Brian? Yeah, I know Brian.
I'm a huge fan.
I know Brian quite well. Just a quality guy. Really
Shannon
is.
bowled the St. Louis WBA Open and made the trip up with Steph Nation and Clara Guerrero, and they had a hoot. They had a good time, and they were awesome. She sat in the booth. And
so you've met Shannon?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a quality individual as well.
Yeah, she totally is. And sat in that booth for hours. This booth, actually. And talked bowling the whole time with Jeff Carter. It was we get the greatest guests in this booth.
Oh, absolutely.
So many people love sitting in here. And I noticed that some people in the chat were saying that they were talking about Adam Barta, us really talking about him a lot, really enjoying talking about having a man crush on Adam Barta. Well, when you are his brother, like Pete Barta is, that's usually what's going to happen.
Yes.
And usually when I'm around, you're going to hear a lot about Pete Weber if he's in the tournament. So that's just kind of what happens.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I talk about him a lot. Obviously, I'm his #1 fan. He works hard, and
it could be the opposite. It could be that you are. Let's say you didn't like Adam, but you still love to come to these tournaments. You guys had a huge feud over money or something in the family. That happens all the time to people. But you still came to these tournaments, and you could come sit up here in this booth, and you could be like, Mike, the only thing, no talking about Adam, otherwise I'm out. Now that could be that's the other extreme.
That's true.
So folks at home, what would you rather have? let's just be real.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I would never do that.
Adam's not going to win this tournament, though. That's the only thing. I mean, that's a given.
Not according to Mike.
But you know what's going to happen? I'm going to end up getting. This is a win. I set myself up for win-win situations, and I'm going to tell you why. All right, if I sit here and I do nothing but bash Adam Barta and talk about how he's not going to win this tournament, okay?
Right.
One of two things is going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to win or he's not.
I'm either going to be right, which gives me the notoriety, or if he wins the tournament, he is going to let out emotion and probably say my name in the winning moment. So I'm going to get publicity out of it.
This is true.
So I win either way, Pete Barta.
Yes, you're right.
And when you have two guys that are outspoken like Adam and I, it's almost just as effective as he and I to have a rivalry. People would talk about a rivalry.
Yes.
Like, I could probably set up, like, me and someone else, we would just handshake agree ahead of time that we're going to just post bad about each other, and we'll keep it somewhat tasteful, but we could create a huge rivalry, and people would be talking about it all over the place, and it could all be made up.
And you wouldn't be the first ones to do that, by the way.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, there's some stuff out there, but
we've got a Derwin Petrie fan here. T Moore 1914 checking in on Twitter, and to boot via Texas. Let's go, Derwin. Darwin Petrie. He was on Team USA, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I know Derwin's name. I know he's been around for a while. I've met him a few times. Not even actually sure where he's from.
For some reason, when I hear Derwin Petrie, I think Purvis Granger in the same breath. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because they were bowling Team USA around the same time together or what it is, but all of a sudden everybody just decided to stand up in this section.
Yeah, I noticed that. Is there somebody shooting for 300 or something around here?
I don't know. We've been talking and not even paying attention, so shame on us, but I don't see it. We see a lot of non-bowlers in the bowlers area right now.
There we go. Derwin is from Lafayette.
Lafayette, Indiana. That's right.
So there we go.
If that would have been multiple choice, I'd have gotten it right. You know how sometimes you just hear it and you know it?
Yes, which is, by the way, where Purvis is from.
No.
That's what it says, according to Huck.
I'm going to tell you something, Pete. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, okay? But I am, and I can't remember things, like, exact. But I can usually start throwing comments out there, and I am really close.
Well, in this case, you're off by a few states because it's Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh, they had me going. That's a bummer. Well, hello, Mike Sinek. Let me tell you about Mike Sinek. Mike Sinek is like the right-hand man to the Roto-Grip brand in the Northeast.
Interesting.
He's like the right-hand man. He assists Storm in Roto-Grip, but he's a Roto-Grip guy. He assists Chris Schlimmer in that brand. And Mike Sinek actually used to drill bowling balls in St. Louis. I used to walk into this pro shop called Trio Bowler Supply when I was like 12 to 16. When I used to talk like this and I was about 5'2", and I'd walk in there, and Mike Sinek and I we would go in there, and I would walk in. They'd let me go downstairs, work on my bowling balls, all that good stuff. It was amazing. And Mike remembers me from back then. He sees what we've been able to accomplish. I know he's proud of me. We've had some great conversations, and Mike was always respectful to me as a little kid coming in there, wanting to use the spinner when he's working on other people's equipment and everything. I'm sure I was a complete pain and annoying, but I never knew it. I never knew it. Mike Sinek, good guy, hanging out in the chat with us.
Well, that's awesome.
All right, Matt Turek's back here. Mike's going to take a quick break here. Where are we at? What did I miss here?
Oh, we were just talking about different things. We had Brian O'Keefe. I don't know if you know Brian.
The name's familiar. I don't know if I've ever met him.
He was on the chat. His wife's a Team USA member.
Oh, great.
They were on, or he was on. And folks, they're starting to wrap up Game 3.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll get some updated scores here after 2 today.
Okay. Hey, but we got one
7.
already?
Yeah, we had the first one, remember?
Oh, that's right. He
Adam
brought it
jumped
in.
up to second.
That's right. That's right.
So the pairs in front of us are not really bowling at the moment, except Derwin. Derwin he had a double and then 9 in the 10th for 2. What is that, Matt?
205?
Yeah, it is 205.
Yeah.
205
or,
for Derwin Petrie.
Yeah, 205, and I believe that was a 10-pin he left there in the 10th.
And actually, Adam Ishman's over there bowling on lane 40. What was that, 43 maybe?
See if we can see him down here.
He traveled quite a distance. I believe Adam lives in Las Vegas now. He's from Pennsylvania, I believe.
Well, they were to get him on that shot
a number of years ago. And just coming off of lane 38 was Dan Keenan. He's another gentleman that made the trip from the Rochester area, bowls a lot of tournaments. Really good guy. They just had a big DV8 tournament up his way, $3,000, and they obviously paid it all out. Dan's a really nice guy. He's here with his girlfriend Stephanie, who, by the way, races cars.
Oh, like actual cars?
Actual cars.
Not the RC cars or anything?
There she goes right there.
Okay.
No,
That's interesting.
They're not dragsters, but they're
kind of like a funny car type of thing.
I guess, and I guess she's quite good at it.
Wow.
I wouldn't race her, especially if you have to shift gears. If you just have to push the gas pedal and hold on, I could probably do that. So that's interesting.
All right, so bowling there is completed here on 3940. Let's see if we can find you some action. Looks like there's a string down here. I can't tell which pair is which over
Bill,
there.
is that Bill Orlinkowski over here to the left?
To the
I
left.
think that is. Over here in the red with the glasses on.
Okay. I don't know if we
You
can
know,
pick
Bill?
that. I do not. I don't think we can
I'm
pick
not sure
that up
which
with our
brand
cameras.
he works. Was it Brunswick? Yeah.
Brunswick.
Bill works with Brunswick.
Oh,
for
okay.
Brunswick. Really good guy. His wife, Robin, is an excellent bowler as well. She's bowling in the tournament.
Oh, good for her. You know what Brunswick ball I am absolutely in love with?
What's that?
It's the Versa Max.
Yeah, is that a new one?
It's been out for a little while. It's a C system version, the Versa Max. I think it's great, man. It's even, gets down the lane great. I score real high with it. It's a great ball, great ball.
It's good. What we got over here? Brian Gunn?
Yeah, this is 47-48. I noticed a string on the scoreboard, so I wanted to bring it up here to see
who that is.
See who that is and where he's playing and how he's going to finish out the game.
Is this 47-48?
Yes, sir, it is. So he will be up next on the left lane on 47, so we'll figure that out.
And it's amazing. Mike talked about this at the last tournament, the number of people that you meet on Facebook who you don't really know, and then all of a sudden you meet them at a tournament. Steve Pennington, who's from the Columbus area, he's over here bowling next to Adam Ishman on lane 43 right now.
Yeah.
Happened to become friends with me on Facebook and is familiar with National Amateur Bowler Rankings. And it was nice to actually meet him and put a face with the name.
Oh yeah, it's always good to do that.
Facebook. And Rachel Del Cerrone, she's here with her baby. It was nice to see her. It's amazing that the bowling community, you meet these people, you become friends with them, and then
then you go out of town and it's like you're out of town friends.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
actually
I mean?
get to meet them. Anthony Thompson is another guy that's bowling. He's crossing with Mike Rose, who's a prominent player in the Rochester area. Flew in from California to bowl. He's a Facebook friend of mine, and he's another quality individual. He's struggling a little bit. It looks like the left side's kind of struggling in this tournament. Not sure how many lefties are in the top 10, but they seem to be having a tough go of it with that extra oil.
Yeah.
And, but he's a really nice guy, and he's not bitter. He's here making the most of it.
Who is that? It's Mitchell, it looks like, here, coming up on 47. I'm not sure his first name.
47.
Gentleman there with the black shirt on with a white stripe on the top there. He's lining up on the approach. He's got a string 4 in a row. I don't know what he's got before that. It's on the pair to the right of Adam there.
Oh, the guy throwing the ball now?
Yeah, he's right here on 47.
Okay, did he strike?
No.
Oh, yes, he did.
He carried that 7
There you
pin.
go.
All right, so nice string going for him.
Good for him. Okay, Eric Traylor must be coming into the jib cam area. He was leading it earlier today. He'll be bowling on lanes 41 and 42, and again, he's out of Texas. Bowled last year. He travels to this tournament, I think, pretty much annually unless something happens. He made the trip last year even though he was quite sick. He still did quite well. As I told you earlier, and some of the people that are tuning in now might not know, but Eric just set the record for his city. I'm not exactly sure what city it is in Texas, but he shot 867 this past week, which is pretty good. That's a number. That is a number.
That's a big number.
You got Ted Fritz coming into the area now.
Oh yeah, I guess he's on
Moto
Moto staff,
right? And apparently he does some type of video type stuff.
Oh, there you go.
And are they in the 10th frame over there on Adams' pair?
On Adams, they are.
Can you see what he shot? I don't know. That it was,
do you know which letter he is?
He's the top right.
210.
That sounds about right.
He went starting in the 8th frame. He went strike, 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 8 count spare to round out his game for 210.
Well, that's good. Plus is plus.
Oh yeah.
The lanes are a little bit squirrely in some places. And
Yeah, I imagine they're breaking down a little goofy.
Not too shabby. How about Bobby Hall? Bobby Hall was either first or second after 10 games. He's over here bowling on lane
43. I wonder if we can get him in the sky cam.
I'm not sure what's he have there. They're only going into the 4th or 5th frame?
He's in the 4th frame. He went 9 spare, 8 spare strike, and then 6 pin, I believe, and then he just converted it for another 9 spare in the 4th.
They only have 9 or I'm sorry. They do have 6.
6 bowlers. Yeah, I think they started a little behind.
That would explain why they're lagging behind the field a little bit.
Yep. And because we're starting game 4 here, as you can see on lanes 41 and 42.
There you go.
You can notice that by looking at the screen, the scoreboards are blue relative to the green scoreboards, I believe, is game 3.
And you'll see in front of us, just coming off the lanes there, and like the greenish shirt is Zeke Bate. He is the guy that won the contract, the DV8 contract at the Bud Light Challenge by leading the tournament. I don't believe he won the tournament. I forget who actually won the tournament. But Zeke led qualifying and got the ball contract for DV8. So he worked very hard and really wanted that. And he actually crossed with Adam. Zeke threw the ball very well. So he's a young guy. He's a real good player.
Looks like we got a tweet coming in. It looks like more of a question, a technical question. So let's see if we can answer that for you. Can't get it in the chat. Tell me how, says it full. It looks like, I believe you're trying to use the Inside Bowling chat applet thing that's at the bottom of the web page there. What you're going to want to do is go to the IBTV section of InsideBowling.com, and then as long as you're not full screening your video, the chat should be up on the right of the video.
Robin.
What do we got going on here? No, guest?
Oh, I'm getting a personal favorite of mine over here.
All right.
It's only the internet, dear, so you don't have to be shy.
There's only 175 or so viewers.
Hi, everybody.
I got to be friends a number of years ago with Robin. She's just a quality individual, an excellent bowler. This would be Bill, and I always say it wrong, but I'm going to say it, Orlinkowski, right?
It's just how it's spelled.
Just like it's spelled. This is his wife. She is also a fantastic bowler. And I just wanted to ask her, so far, what do you think? When you bowled the first block up for the ladies, what'd you think? Well, they look a little tough to me. I don't know how you did, but...
They are very demanding, that's for sure. You need to be on your game. I really think it comes down to... You just have to match up right. You know, if you don't have the right ball in your hands, you're not going to score well. I think it's a little speed sensitive out there, too.
As it is for the guys as well.
Yeah, it is. You leak a ride, get a little fast, you're not going to pound the pocket like
right,
you should.
And you got to cover your spares. And anybody that's tuning in, especially you young bowlers, everybody thinks it's about striking.
No, spares are the name of the game for sure.
It's about spares, and I'll guarantee you, if you go to your next 5 tournaments and you keep track of the spares that you missed during qualifying, and you add those pins into your score, 9 times out of 10, and just count your 1-pin spares that you miss.
Oh yeah,
if you
single
cover
pins.
those, you'll make that cut 9 times out of 10.
Nothing frustrates me more than missing a single pin.
That's where it's at, and I can tell you a lot of these guys work on that in their game, picking up their spares.
Yeah.
And
Robin, that's where you win it.
And Robin, you guys live in the Grand Rapids area, right?
Yeah.
In Michigan.
Yep.
And actually, for those of you who don't know, Robin's actually Canadian, correct?
I am. I was born in Canada.
There you
Wow,
go.
an international celebrity here in the Inside Bowling booth.
I think she bowled quite well up there as well. You weren't. Did you bowl for Canada?
I have represented Canada for 10 years on Team Canada. So I've taken a little break now, but I'm going to go try out again for the 2015 team because I've heard that the World Championships are going to be in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, wow. That
And
sounds
you go.
awesome.
I would like to go there.
Yeah. who
You know
wouldn't?
what? I would like to go there too, just because I know the sun is going to shine and it's dry,
Yeah.
which is the exact opposite of where we're at right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like that too.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could do it. I mean, obviously, I think you can do an excellent job. And you and your husband are good ambassadors of the sport as well.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, we try to be good people. You know, treat
That's how
people
you-
how you want to be treated.
Absolutely. And you meet a lot of really neat people when you go out in bull tournaments. You just have to get out there and do it. And I mean, some are more shy than others, but over time they'll loosen up, and you'd be surprised how many friends you make when you're out there bowling.
Oh my goodness, the friends that I've made here at the TNBA tournaments, like just outstanding people, great people. I love coming to this tournament and the Rodman in March in Detroit area and seeing those bowlers on the lanes. They're great people.
By the way, Bill works for Brunswick, correct?
Correct.
What exactly does he do? Do you know?
He does research and development. He is the product manager for the consumer products, which is the bowling balls, and he's also just became the marketing manager for the consumer products. So he's very busy. And they just actually rolled out a new brand with Phil Cardinelli and Mo Pinnell with their input called the Radical brand.
Yeah,
So-
I heard of something about that Radical. Did they remade a version of the old Triton Heat, I think?
You know, I'm not 100%
Okay.
sure. I'm
No,
sorry.
No, it's okay. I just know a buddy of mine had it. I'm pretty sure it was a Radical ball. And he bought it solely because it was supposed to be a remake of the old original Triton Heat
You know,
from
I
Triton.
had one back in the college bowling days, the
I
Triton Elite.
still have one.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't really know a lot about the bowling ball, so I'm kind of at a loss. But I do know Bill's involved. And by the way, he's very approachable, as is Robin. So if you ever see him, don't be afraid to walk up and say hi and introduce yourself.
Yeah, ask us about
Anything.
You know, well, I represent KR Strike Force and ontheballbowling.com. So we do the bowling bags, accessories, bowling shoes, and custom bowling balls and bowling pins. So we are quite the bowling family.
What was the first thing? What was it?
KR Strike Force.
And what exactly is that?
We're the licensee of Brunswick for the bowling bags, the accessories, and the shoes.
Interesting. And the website that you mentioned, is that where you can go to buy those?
OnTheBallBowling.com is the custom bowling balls and custom bowling pins and small balls for like awards and thank you gifts. And
Now, when you say custom bowling balls, are you talking about custom bowling balls that you can actually bowl with?
yeah, they're USBC certified. You can put a picture of whatever you want on there, a logo, a Pro Shop logo, a company logo, your family picture. You can put your own wording on there. It's
Interesting. I
great.
did not know anything like that was out there. So,
Yeah, it's pretty
any of you
neat.
people tuning in, there you go. If you're looking for a spare ball or actually any kind of ball, or if you're just going to go, what's that called? Not midnight bowling, but
like glow bowling.
Cosmic
yeah,
bowling.
cosmic bowling. That's
bowling.
the word I'm looking for. If you're going to go cosmic bowling and you want to get something, check out that website.
Yeah, they're great for, I think, like thank you gifts. Like the bowling pins, I think is the coolest thing because you can buy a bowling ball, you know, in a pro shop, but you can't just buy a bowling pin. So it's a very tangible product that represents bowling as a whole. You know, when you see that bowling pin, you know it's 10-pin bowling.
Oh, and I assume, are you saying you can get something put on the pin?
Yeah.
If you want it?
Front
Really?
and back, you
Is
can.
that similar? No, without no disrespect, is that similar to like the birthday party pins that?
Well, I think mostly the birthday party pins are just the pins that get out of the deck.
Oh.
These are actually, you know, there are the real bowling pins, but like the picture is like infused into the pin.
Oh, wow.
And it's like very glossy
Wow.
and it's professionally done.
That sounds awesome. Actually.
I'm kind of liking that for maybe to go along with one of my National Amateur Ball Ranking trophies.
Yeah, that's
To
what
have
I
a
was
bowling
thinking of
pin,
as a
that's
trophy.
what I was thinking when you
yeah.
were saying that, to have like maybe something with your tournament or a tournament logo on it on a bowling pin would go great with a trophy
Yeah.
that somebody could have, and you know, it's an interesting conversation piece. Well, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
Well, I won that tournament.
I've
Where'd
got
you
a-
get that bowling pin?
I've got a couple custom pins in my trophy area, and they always get, when people come over, like, oh, that's really cool. So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
yeah.
And that website, I mean,
Yeah,
I
we got a
assume-
question in the chat about that website
Oh.
actually. So what was that website again?
It's ontheballbowling.com.
I'm going to type that into the chat also, but it is ontheballbowling.com.
Robin, no spaces?
No
Just
spaces,
on
all-
the ball bowling.
On the ball. Whoops.
Bowling.com.
Bowling.com. There it is for you
there
guys
you
in
go,
the chat.
guys. You can check it out, or just I guess you can probably just click
Yeah,
right on
you
that.
probably can. Yeah, maybe not from here, but at home.
Go right to it. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
D-Flow.
I just have to say, I think this is really awesome that you guys are here doing
Thank you.
this.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm having a blast. You know, I'm meeting a lot of new people, watching a lot of good bowling, and
Plus, you got to meet me.
Yeah, and
that's a plus.
And you're treating me a lot better than Lee, so that's great.
That's right.
That's great. It makes me feel good about
you know,
myself.
I am famous after all, and I usually get followed by the paparazzi. Sometimes Adam thinks they're after him, but it's really me.
It's all about you.
It is all about me.
Yeah, we know that.
It's got to. I always tell Adam, it's got to be all about somebody. So if it's going to be all about somebody, it might as well be all about me.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Good or bad.
This is like an advertisement for the Diva bowling ball. It's all about me.
The Diva bowling ball. Yeah, these guys, Robin, I met them a few years ago when they were very, very small, and got to know Mike and his personality, and he's just a great guy. And they've taken everything, all the money that they get, well, I shouldn't say all the money, the money that they do get, which is not a ton of money, and they sink it back into their equipment. And as you can see, I mean, this thing's really come a long way.
This is high tech.
And it's neat if you're a fan of somebody and you can't travel to the tournament, you can follow them online. And now they can cover, I don't know, 10 lanes or something with the jib and the two?
Yeah, we generally we go about 6 lanes with our Skycam back there, and then we have 4 cameras, 2 to watch a pair, and then 2 to watch the scoreboard for the pair. And generally you can see, a lane to the left and the right of the featured pair. So, there's a lot of action that we can cover.
Which is nice, and you can kind of watch your favorite bowler or whoever, your son, daughter, whatever, and if they tell you they threw the ball great and you saw them, you can call them on it or say, yeah, I was watching you and you did throw it great.
Yeah.
You just caught some bad breaks or whatever, but it's really neat.
If my husband was at home and not here, he would probably be like, hey, you need to make a little move here. You need to throw it hard and loft it more.
Hey, believe it or not, in the chat here, sometimes things come through like that. Like, hey, Pete, will you tell so-and-so to throw his whatever?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it does come through. Will you really tell him? I mean, I love him a whole bunch, but he's not doing real good. and our kid won't be able to eat, or we won't have diapers. So can you please tell him to make a move?
If that's the case, then they shouldn't be bowling this tournament.
That's a very good, responsible point.
That is true. And by the way, since we're talking about Bill, we got his wife in here. Looks like is he stringing some strikes over there, Robin? I can't tell.
It looks like it's very, at least 4 in a row.
There you go.
Good for him. I mean, he's trying something new. He's pulled out his Deviate Nightmare and slowed things down and really he's coming around it. And he's looking at me right now
he's laughing.
And pointing and laughing at me because, he's telling me not to tell his secret. So everybody out there, don't tell him that I told you.
A little late for that now.
I'm going to give away his biggest secret. I'm going to whisper it because, there's thousands of people listening.
All right, well, let me turn the volume up.
Here's Bill's biggest secret. Are you all ready?
We're ready.
Robin. That's his biggest secret.
I try to just keep him calm. Have fun.
There you go. And I know you watch a lot of bowling. I obviously watch a lot of. I do 0 bowling and watch a lot of bowling.
You watch a ton.
Yeah, and it's amazing how, after you watch so much, how you can actually help people out back home.
Oh, yeah.
I go to tournaments and people will come up to me that are really good bowlers.
Uh-huh.
What do you think I need to do? And one of them that's here is Danny Dreary. He's bowling in this area. He doesn't hesitate to come up and he's like, hey, I know you watch a lot of bowling. Come here and see what I'm doing wrong. And after you watch a lot of good bowlers for a long time, you you do pick it up if you're paying attention, you know what I mean? I don't know a lot about the types of bowling balls, unfortunately, but I kind of know with Adam, obviously, what they do.
Yeah.
The way they're drilled for him.
Or ball motion.
Right,
if
and
you can
break
read
points and stuff like that, and tell them, look, and I know you probably do it as well. You'll travel from pair to pair and say, hey, these guys are playing the break point about here. And, you're to the right of that or you're to the left of that. And you might want to try and get there. And, for you guys that are tuning in, that are just starting to bowl or thinking about bowling tournaments, those are some of the things you're going to learn is, to look down the lane and find out where break points are and try and work to get your ball to that point. And you're going to figure out that you need to, be able to play the lanes differently.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be able to play up the gutter. Sometimes you got to play in. And especially if you're a young lady that's out there, or you're a lady that wants to get serious about bowling, the best thing that you can do for yourself is learn how to play in. I don't know how you feel about that, Robin. A lot of ladies, there's a lot of really good ladies out there that I've seen, and they're really, really good when they can play straight.
Yeah.
But when the lanes break down and the ladies have to start moving, if you're right-handed to the left or if you're left-handed to the right, where they really have to start moving is when some of them really start to struggle, especially when that oil carries down. So if you're a lady and you are a young lady and you want to bowl on a high school team and you're interested in bowling in college or whatever, you really do need to go out there and do that. And one of those things you can do is maybe go late in the day to a bowling center and practice after a lot of leagues have bowled or something like that. Or if you're lucky enough and you know a proprietor, maybe they'll put out a short pattern for you or something where you've got to
Or flatter pattern.
Or flatter pattern, correct.
Yeah.
So that's one way to improve your game. And if you're serious about it, you do need to be able to do those things, and that's how the cream rises to the top.
Yeah, if you can, go and play up 5, play 10, play 15, maybe play between 15 and 20. I mean, and you're consistent and you feel good about, where you're playing. You need to have confidence in what you do, or else you're not going to bowl well. If you don't have confidence in that ball or your approach, you're not gonna bowl well. But once you get out there and you practice is great, and it doesn't count for scores. So do whatever you can during practice time. Have fun with it.
Oh, I agree. And also, not only playing up it, but being able to move the ball from left to right.
Yes. Well, if you're right-handed, yes.
Yeah.
Left to right.
Right.
Mhm.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where you need to, for me today to start out, I had to be really square. I had to almost go right to left because of how much oil was out there. And I'm a pretty down and in type player, so I don't have a whole lot of hand, but I do have a wrist device that helps me, can go forward, back, or I can, let's see, where's my hand at? There it is. So I can cup it a little bit this way.
There you go. And I'm sure, just from knowing you, that you also practice moving in and different, to do what you need to do. And I know a lot of these guy bowlers, by the way, I mean, they'll go and they'll stand on the left lane to bowl on the right lane.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
Throw it over the gutter cap.
Yeah, they loft the cap, and they can still hit their targets doing that.
I'm just telling you, those are some of the things that you need to do if you really want to take it serious and you want to get really good. Unfortunately, me personally, I'm not one of those people just because I only bowl 3 games a week, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for bowlers that can just know what they need to do.
Right.
I mean, I've seen people back home, for example, and I don't know if you know him, Robin, but he doesn't bowl a lot of tournaments anymore, but he used to be really, really good. A guy by the name of Brian Bailey. Do you know Brian at all?
I don't think I do.
Maybe
this
if I
guy,
saw his face,
he's
a few years older than Adam, maybe 10, 12 years older than Adam. And when Adam first came out, this guy was awesome.
Uh-huh.
And I used to tell him, Adam, watch this guy. Of course, if you ever met him, he kind of looks, like he's going to just go off and start shooting people or something. But no, he really does. But he's really a great guy. And I'd be like, Adam, look at this guy. He does whatever it takes to score.
Yeah.
And we're just coming out, and I'm like, this is what you need to learn how to do. You got to do whatever it takes to score. So long story short, we were at a tournament one time, and Brian Bailey was really struggling. And I mean, the lanes were super tough. And he looks at me and he says, Pete, go back there and grab me a ball off the rack. He goes, go grab me a 12-pound ball off the rack that's rubber. And I gave it to him. Now, he didn't throw any shots with it.
Yeah.
He shot 300 with that ball.
Holy cow.
Lofting it. Standing on the left lane, going vice versa. Throwing it all, and he shot 300.
Holy cow.
So after that, I was like, I used to tell Adam, you've got to learn to do what you've got to do to score.
Yeah.
You can't, you have your A game, like you said,
go
down
to
and
your
in.
comfort zone sometimes.
Right. If you can play your comfort zone in your A game, like you said, it's down and in for you, and it's there, great. You're going to do phenomenal. But if it's not,
right,
because of your ability to adjust or maybe get the right ball in your hand or move in or whatever you need to do or move out, you're going to make more cuts. You're going to make more money, and And actually, your whole experience is going to be more rewarding for yourself by learning how to do those types of things.
Right. Yep.
And I'm just curious, Robin, had you been bowling since you were a little kid? Or
Well,
when did you take up the sport?
My situation's slightly different because I was born in Canada, and we've got a couple different styles of bowling up there. I started bowling 5-pin when I was 3 years old. I saw my brother when he was 8. He's 5 years older than me, and he was bowling, and I was like, I'm a kind of a sassy person, and I'm like, I can do that. But the balls that there for 5-pin are like a softball, a little bit bigger than a softball, and they weigh 3 pounds. So for a 3-year-old to throw 3 pounds is a lot easier than a 3-year-old throwing 6 pounds for 10-pin bowling. So I did that up until I was 12 and a half when I moved to the United States, and I was pretty successful when I was a kid. So I was like, well, I want to keep doing it. And when I bowled one time in Canada 10-pin before coming to the United States, moving here, and I averaged about 120 when I started. And I didn't know how to convert the scoring because...
Oh, because it's different.
It is different. You get 15 points a frame, you get 3 shots a frame versus 2, and 450 is a perfect game, where here it's 300, obviously.
Interesting.
So when I first started and I was averaging 120, I was like, oh, is that good? And of course my mom's like, that's good. You're doing good. Because, she's not going to tell me, you suck, But for 12, 13 years old, that wasn't too bad. And I progressed each year, and I got better at it, and I got some lessons, and, we invested into some, better equipment than the bowling ball that you got at the Sport Mart down the street. So... and then I actually went on to college bowling. So I would say I've been bowling for 31 years.
Now I'm curious. I don't know 5-pin. The 5-pin, is it 5 of these pins? The same pins?
They're shorter, a little bit fatter, and there's a rubber ring around them. And it's like, if you're looking down the lane, it's almost like you have like a head pin, a 2-3, and then a 7-10. They're evenly spaced out, so you can roll the ball, and there's no oil in the lane, so nothing hooks, it's just straight. And you can pop out just the head pin, so then you get 2 more chances to hit, the ones to the left and the ones to the right.
Interesting. Well, what happened? Is he going to interview somebody?
Yeah, we actually, Mike's going to have a little guest interview here.
Can you stay here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's get Mike set up here.
Hey guys, I get the coolest interviews in the world. I'm here with Quantrell Green. She's from the southern TNBA region. She's a Hall of Famer in Georgia with the Georgia USBC. And according to my notes here as well, she's in the Southern Region TNBA Hall of Fame. And we were talking about the Hall of Fame for the TNBA earlier in the day. And there is a Hall of Fame, and I found one right here. How you doing, Quantrell?
Doing well, thank you.
Quantrell's bowling this event. She bowled the women's division earlier. She's going to have to bowl some more tonight. It's going to get kind of late. She sits at -8. Talk a little bit about your day today.
Well, today I started off well, 232, second game 140, so I had to dig my way out that hole. So I got back to -8, and I bowled my last 2 games on the feature pair. So hopefully that was a good thing for me. And I've seen a lot of people watch me, so thank you guys for watching me.
Yeah, we've had great support so far this week at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne. 870, I heard you bowled an 870. Tell the fans at home how you shot 870, and that I believe that was the highest score in Georgia. Is that right?
Yes, it was. It was in 2010. It was an unbelievable night. My scores were 280, 300, 290. It was just unbelievable, so I have no words to describe it.
And we've been talking about these Rodman tournaments throughout the country. There's 4 different regions, and you're a past Rodman winner. Is that right?
Yes, I actually was 7 months pregnant when I won it.
Is your boy or girl a good bowler now?
Well, he's 6. He's not into it as much, but he will be.
Okay, Quantrell, well, thanks for joining us. We're happy to have you here. Good luck the next block. I'm sure we'll see you coming through our live pairs.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, there you have it. Quantrell right here, 870. I wish I shot 870. Jeez. Robin's over there cheering. All right,
that's awesome.
Good talking to you. Appreciate it.
Okay, guys, Matt, we back on?
Yeah, we are. We're back on.
I'm here with Matt. This is Pete Barta, and I got Robin Orlinkowski with me, and we were kind of talking about.
Yeah, but wait, we got a problem.
Oh, sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
the new guy cuts the mic on me.
I thought you were done.
I wasn't done wrapping this up.
Oh, okay. We'll go ahead and finish wrapping it up.
That's
and then you can fire me. That's all right.
That's back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you.
Thanks for wrapping that
Matt,
up.
it was really nice meeting you. I have a strange feeling I'll probably never see you again.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's gonna replace me with Lee.
There you go. So this is Pete Bart. I'm back in the booth with Matt, and I got Robin Orlinkowski with me, and we're talking about bowling and how she started out bowling 5-pin. And I'm just curious, Robin, I did not know that you bowled in college. Who did you bowl for?
I bowled for Morehead State in Kentucky.
Interesting.
Yeah, we were. We had a great time. My freshman year, we won nationals. I won some personal, rookie of the year, and we had an awesome. I bowled with Kelly Kulik. She was our anchor bowler. We were on. Every time I watch that video, if you look up 1998 collegiate national championships, we were in this.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. Anybody that's tuning in, you can check that out.
Yeah.
You can see Robin bowl, but go ahead, Robin.
Oh, my form back then was much different.
You went there?
Yeah, so we were at UWM, so University. Oh, sorry, no, Madison, Wisconsin. We were bowling in their basketball stadium, and they put up 4 lanes, and we bowled there, and it was like the greatest experience that I had up until that point in my bowling career. Walking into the arena, and the lanes were up, and
a lot of fans. I mean, they opened it up to.
They brought in a lot of people. They even brought like David Allen Greer to come and like commentate, and Bo Burton was there commentating, and it was such a great experience. So college bowling was awesome.
You got a national championship ring then?
I actually have 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
one
got
both from bowling, or
both from Morehead State. I got one my freshman year and then one my junior year.
There you go.
Yeah, so it was great.
Just goes to give you some idea for those of you that are tuning in, the quality of bowlers that are out here. Now, that shouldn't scare you away from bowling, because all of these guys, just like you heard Robin talking about, some of her growing up in bowling, they didn't just show up and they were great. I mean, they had to work at it, and you're probably going to have to work at it too. So you need to get out there, start bowling, ask your mom, dad to take you, get out there, join a league, join a sport league. If you're nervous about bowling a tournament, go watch them. A lot of these guys are very, very approachable, and get started. We need more young people to take up the sport. Although, and I don't know how you feel about this, Robin, but there was no high school bowling when I was in high school, nor when Adam was in high school.
Me either.
Oh, they didn't have high school bowling?
No,
Yeah,
they started, I think, the year after I graduated high school.
Yeah, I got a funny story about that. I tried to get a high school bowling team started at my high school. I walked into the athletic director's office, brought that up to him. He spent about 25 seconds thinking it over and then laughed me out of the office.
Aww.
5 years later, they have 2 teams in the high school circuit, so it's like, well, what are you going to do?
And personally, I think that high school bowling and college bowling have become very big, and actually they're good for the sport. They get more people involved. Kind of what I've noticed, though, and it could just be me, is that it doesn't seem like a lot of the high school bowlers, when they're done bowling high school, move on and bowl leagues. I mean, how do you feel about high school bowling in general? Do you think it's good for the sport? And then what do you see out your way? I mean, I know you're a little bit west of here, but I'm just curious.
I'm not around high school bowling a whole lot. I do have friends where their kids are bowling high school. You have your handful from the teams that I've known. You have your handful of good bowlers who are on the team, and then you've got a couple that could put some more practice in, some more time in, and they're only doing it just because they want to do something, which is great. They're getting introduced to the sport. Hopefully they carry it forward. Not all do, but you've got your core of hardcore bowlers that are going to continue on. But at least people are being exposed to it. Whether they go open bowling and continue to have more fun at it than organized, I think that's still okay, because maybe down the road they'll transform into league bowlers when they're in their early 20s or mid 20s or something, when they graduate college and want to have something organized to do with their friends. Because for me, it's such a good community to be involved in. And I've got my girls that I go and bowl every Thursday with, and I can't wait to see them every Thursday.
That's I was going to ask you the college bowling when you bowled in college. The ladies that bowled, not necessarily on Moorhead's team, but the other teams that you bowled against, are a number of those ladies still involved? Obviously, Kelly Kulik is.
Yeah.
But still involved in bowling? I mean, have they,
Yeah,
stuck with it?
actually, I think about that often, is that there were like such a great group of good bowlers that sometimes you just don't see them anymore. It's like, I wonder what happened to so-and-so, and I wonder why they don't bowl anymore, and I don't see them anymore. And so, priorities change down the road. I know, you start a family or you get a new job and you move different locations, but yeah, there are, like you got your Kellys and you got Kayla Bandy that's here, and you've got, April Ellis, she's not here this weekend. But
some of the other, Brittany Hamilton, who's here, that bowled for Vanderbilt.
Oh, she's new.
Yeah.
She's an up-and-comer.
Yeah, this is her first year out there bowling.
Yeah, so we need the ones coming up from the college bowling or even just youth bowling.
By the way, if you guys ever cross paths with those guys and you're bowling them in a tournament, don't let their looks fool you. They will beat your brains in. Like Jennifer Petrick. If you ever bowl Jen, she's small, looks timid, but I'll tell you what, man, she's the only woman to ever win a Pittsburgh Bowlers Tour tournament.
Is it predominantly men?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then you'll get some women that bowl, and there were a number of good women that bowled, but they could never win. And she went down there.
She's hardcore.
She's really good. So, don't let those ladies fool you. And I don't know that Jen bowled in college. I'm not sure that she did or not.
I don't think she did. I know she was on Team USA for a year or two. I don't believe she bowled in college.
And I think Anita MENS?
Mm-hmm.
Did she bowl in college?
Yes, she did. She bowled for Wichita. Now she's married.
Oh, I didn't know she was married.
Arnett is her new name.
And I know she can bowl. I've seen her bowl on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, she's a phenomenal bowler, too.
Any other college bowlers that you can think of that were bowling on the ladies? There might even be a sheet over there. Is there a women's sheet there?
Germano.
Oh, Sarah Germano?
Yep, she bowled.
Did she bowl for a college?
Yeah, I'm not
Pikeville. Sarah Germano is another one out of the Rochester area. For whatever reason, there's a lot of really good male and female bowlers out of that Rochester area.
Yeah.
Shannon O'Keefe's from that area. She's on Team USA. Brittany Hamilton, she's from that area. She's on Team USA. Sarah Germano's from that area. Mike Rose is from that area. There's a lot of really, really strong bowlers from that area. And as a matter of fact, those of you that are tuning in may or may not know him, but a guy by the name of Mike Newman, who's kind of self-destructed, to say the least. That's being polite. But if he was here, he would laugh because it's true. He came out of that area and was, at the time, in the mid to late 80s, hands down the best bowler in the world.
Yeah.
He is the only one that won 3 Eagles the same year.
Really?
Yeah. Well, actually, can you win 4? If you can win 4.
Singles, doubles,
team in all events?
And team all events.
Okay, he won all 4 Eagles one year.
4?
All 4 in the same year.
Oh, my gosh.
And I only know this because I used to be somewhat friends with him when he would bowl. He doesn't bowl anymore.
Who are you talking about?
Mike Newman.
Oh, Mike Newman, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he won all 4 Eagles one year.
Is he like in the USBC Hall of Fame? Because if he's not, he should be for that.
Well, they just introduced that new category for performance. Riggles, Lenny Borish, only 2 in on that one.
Yeah, well, Mike was not the, how do I want to say this?
He was a loose cannon.
Yes, that's a polite way to say it. A hell of a bowler, but a loose cannon. We'll leave it at that. But he bowled, I know this because he told me the story himself. He used to bowl overseas, and he went over there, and some sheik or somebody put up $100,000 to anybody that could bowl. The tournament paid like $10,000, and he said, anybody that can shoot a 300 here, I'll give you $100,000.
Oh, wow.
So Mike Newman goes over there, and he bowls, and guess what he does?
No way.
He shoots 300, and the sheik or whoever it is says, okay, well, here's your $100,000. So Mike Newman, being the loose cannon that he is, he turns around and he says to the sheik or whatever, if I shoot another one, do I get another $100,000? And the sheik says, sure. And sure enough, he shot another one.
No way.
He won the tournament. Obviously, he got like $210,000 or $225,000 for that tournament alone. And then not only winning all those eagles, but needless to say, he doesn't have any of that money anymore.
Well, and does he bowl anymore?
No, as far as I know, he doesn't bowl anymore. He's actually a phenomenal golfer as well. But just wanted to bring that up because some trivia out there, and I believe he's the only one to ever do that, to win 4 eagles. But so if you ever come across that question, that's the guy. And he's from the Buffalo, actually I think he's from Buffalo, but the Buffalo-Rochester area.
That's cool.
Very strong in bowling.
Did you know that Billy won his second eagle this past year?
I did not know. What did he win an eagle?
Team all events again, 97 and last year.
So Billy has 2 eagles.
Yeah, his team is
nice. Who was his team? Who were the bowlers?
You've got Nick Wissinger, Dave Ewald, who's not here. Usually, he bowls
Dave's
easy.
usually here. He's a Detroit, Michigan bowler, for those of you listening.
Putting me on the spot here.
Go ahead, you can think. Bill, obviously. Bill's
Billy.
Grand Rapids guy.
He bowls with all like East Siders in the Detroit area.
She's trying to think, folks. We'll let her think. And unfortunately, we haven't gotten any updated scores.
I'm surprised.
Mike,
I haven't gotten any updated scores.
They're going in their fourth or fifth game,
and we haven't gotten any scores for the men yet.
Just curious. I'm sure the people listening are. Ewald's the man. Yes, Dave Ewald is another classic individual.
Super Dave.
Yeah, just to let you guys know here, you're watching Inside Bowling here at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Classic. With me, Matt Cherick, is special guest Pete Barta and Robin Orlinkowski. I tried the phonetic E.
No N.
No N. Orlinkowski.
There you go.
See, I knew I was saying it wrong. You just didn't catch me.
Crawford was so much easier. But I couldn't just take the ski and put Crawfordski.
Crawfordski.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work. I'm going to have to ask Billy.
Go ahead, ask him.
Who his
We've got
team
time.
was. Who did you win your eagle with? Nick, Dave, this last year. Huh? No, who did you win your eagle with this last year? Oh, Carrie Kraft.
Oh, there you go.
And Mark Moore, lefty. And then so Dave Ewald, Nick Wissinger, Billy, Crafty, and Mark Moore.
Another real strong bowler that's not here from that area is Kurt Belon.
Yeah.
Well, Kurt might not be able to bowl because he has titles, I think. Doesn't Kurt have titles?
I think so.
He's a
real
strong
I heard
bowler.
recently during the PBA swing in Detroit area, he was having some health issues. So I hope that he's feeling better. He's one of my buddies, and I hope that he's doing well.
Well, get well, Kurt, if you're out there listening. You're another classic guy. I know you've dedicated a lot to bowling, and he also takes a lot of young bowlers under his wing and tries to help them along. He's a real good guy. There's just a lot of really good people involved in bowling, which is nice.
Yeah, if we didn't have nice people, you wouldn't want to be around them.
This is true.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a couple tweets coming in here. I cannot read that.
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, can we get some shots of 47-48? We are actually watching 47-48 and have been here for several minutes.
And who is this 47-48
yes,
over
sir,
here?
it is.
Is Chris Clerk in the light blue shirt there?
Yeah, then there's Mr. Collins.
Yeah.
Not familiar with him, his first name. And then
Chris Clerk, I believe, is a friend of Ed Smigwick's, if I'm not mistaken,
Ed
right?
Smigwick, yep. He's lives in
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
there's 3 or 4 guys here from Arizona.
We got people from all over. North Carolina, California, Arizona.
Louisiana, Arizona.
Las Vegas, Utah.
Oh, is there something for you from Utah?
We got Lindsay Boomershine.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right,
Texas.
looks like... Sorry, guys. We got updates men's scores here after Game 6 here, going through the ticker. As you can see, it looked like Anabarta was sitting in second place. I missed the first one.
Oh, Adam, he's slacking. He's going for number 3, right?
Yeah, he's going for the 3-piece.
Yes.
He's unstoppable. Why do other people even bowl?
He works hard.
He does.
He really does. And I mean, a lot of people don't know that a lot of these bowlers, even some of the real good ones, they work full-time jobs. They got families, and they still fit it in. They really do. They work hard at it. A lot of these guys are out on the road. They travel a lot. Robin's husband, Bill's the same way. And they get out there and they bowl. And if you want to be serious about it, that's just what you got to do. And if you're not so sure you want to take the risk, see if you can find somebody that has some money to put you in, or offer to put half yourself in, and kind of go from there. But you got to get your foot in the water and see what you can do. You'd be surprised. Daryl Ratliff's also on that pair. He's from North Carolina. Bowls a lot of tournaments.
Do we know how many entries they got in the men's and women's
218 on the men's side.
Okay.
109 will be making the cut to tomorrow. The women, I'm not sure how many women there were. Do you know, Matt?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I do have standing here, though. So
the women's?
Yeah, the women's right
Oh,
in
I
front
want
of
to
me.
see that when you're done, because we were talking about some
Looks
of the...
like 93 bowlers in the women's field.
Robin, you'll probably know the names. See if you can tell us some more collegiate bowlers that are bowling in the field.
I know Sarah Literal did. Rocio, she bowled at Wichita. Samantha Williams bowled.
Any idea where these guys bowl?
Samantha, I think Samantha was like an East Coast team. I'm not sure.
Rocio Restrepo.
Rocio bowled for Wichita State.
And she's actually from Columbia. For you guys that are tuning in, and she's pretty good. And I think she's engaged to Joe Hostetler, by the way.
They got married.
Oh, they got married. I didn't know that.
Like 3 weeks ago, I heard.
Oh, well,
yeah, that's
there
exciting
you go.
stuff.
So she's married to Joe Hostetler, who's pretty good in his own right.
Tina Stickney bowled in college. I'm not sure where she bowled, but she bowled around the same time as I did.
There's Brittany. Obviously, we talked about her earlier.
Yeah.
Joey Carrillo.
Hey, guys. Were you guys talking about Lindsay Boomersheim, where she went to college?
No, we were talking about some of them. Did you know where she went to college?
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Yeah, she went to Nebraska.
You would know that because you're a big Nebraska fan.
Well, I just happen to know that she went to Nebraska.
There you go.
But hey, I want to address something with the fans that are watching. We have tried to progress our technology, and Brian has a sound delay box. And basically, what happens over the course of a broadcast when we have bad internet is our audio gets out of sync. So when we do our interviews and stuff like that, it looks a little bizarre. So we've switched earlier to a box that was helping us get it caught up, and Brian's been sitting here listening. But for some reason, it was creating that echo effect. It didn't right away, but it is now. So we've switched back to the other audio. So the audio may be off a second to 2 seconds now, but it sounds clearer coming through. So just to give you a little heads up.
Okay, well, those of you tuning in, you'll just have to kind of bear with it. Go ahead, Robin. Go down.
Hey, you were touching on somebody else, too, that you had a question about, and I think I could help you out with who it was.
Tina.
Which one?
Stickney?
No, there was another
Joey
one.
Carrillo?
Jolie. No, that's incorrect. Her name is Joey Carrillo, and she is Matt O'Grady's significant other.
Right.
But
Where
yeah,
did she go?
Now you're
challenging.
Well, I thought you were going to help us.
I just set
now you're
myself
hurting his
up.
brain.
See? You were going to help us.
Heaven help us.
Heaven help us. Somebody that's online will probably. Fairleigh Dixon.
You know what? I think
Dan Dunleavy.
I
Fairleigh
think
Dixon.
Joey Carrillo went to Fairleigh Dickinson, if I remember
There you
correctly.
go.
Yeah.
Dan Dunleavy,
And
who,
now
by the
lives
way,
in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Do you know Dan Dunleavy?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a shout out. He's a Long Island guy.
Oh, yeah.
Friend of mine on Facebook. He usually bowls this tournament. He's got some.
He does.
Yeah, where
He's
are you?
He's got a family and stuff, but I think I'm going to see him next week at the Masters. He's going to bowl because it's almost in his backyard. But he's Staten Island. Sorry, Dan. So, he's a real good bowler as well, and I look forward to seeing him out there. And who's that? Now lives in Charlotte. Oh, Daryl. Daryl, by the way, was in the Kent-Akron area. By the way, a lot of strong. Well, I guess any of these cities in the north, there's probably a lot of good bowlers. The Rochester, Buffalo area, the Cleveland area, Youngstown area, Detroit area, and so on. But let's see if we can find some of these other ladies to give you guys some idea.
Actually, it looks like we might have a quick interview coming up.
Oh, we do. We do right here, guys. I'm here
Who's
with
this guy?
technical director for Brunswick?
I'm going to see if I can get him mad. I'm going to put my arm around his wife.
Let's see how mad he gets.
Now I'm the marketing and product manager for Brunswick.
Marketing and product manager. So all I really want you to do is you're bowling good. I see you're stepping it up here. That's great. We don't need to hear about that.
About time.
I just want you to look. I just want you to look at the camera, and I want you to say thank you for considering InsideBowling.com and the TNBA. Can you do that?
I can, Mike.
Okay.
Thank you for considering InsideBowling.com and the TNBA.
The reason why we did that is Billy O from Brunswick here. He's a specialist throwing these bowling balls. You need to bowl?
Can I take a chance and go bowl there, Mike?
Yeah, he's going to go bowl, but I'm going to get him back. But I got to tell this story about my man Billy O. He's my man before he's your man. This guy, Billy O, you hear his voice on all the commercials. At the end, he says, thank you for considering Brunswick. And then he describes the cores. It's like, this is the all-new RS4X Reactive.
Let's switch to the Skycam. We can watch his shot here on lane 41.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's do that. No pressure, Bill.
Here he is.
No joke. Come on.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm cutting you off. You're done.
This will be edited. You will see Bill throw a strike.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you a story about Billy O here.
Go for it.
I watched a lot of ABC television, and I really didn't like it when the lefties made TV, because normally there'd be more than one that would make it, and I was a righty, and I wanted to see how balls performed from the right side of the lane. And when Billy Orlikowski made the telecast, I loved it. I loved his style. He used to throw the purple Rhino Pro. I remember him throwing that on TV.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some YouTube clips of him throwing that purple Rhino Pro.
We still have it. It actually is on our trophy case there. But he's actually...
Oh, he's back.
Hey, Mike,
now he's ready to beat me up.
One quick second. There was someone in the chat room wanted to know what ball Bill was throwing.
It's the Deviate Nightmare.
Okay, well, we're going to get back to Bill here. Bill, I'm sorry about that last shot.
It's all right. Happens.
So, where are you at right now in the tournament, actually, now that I've got you here, for after you did what I wanted you to do?
Plus 78, so not bad.
How many games left?
Just this last one.
This is, wow, time flies when you're having fun. Are you mad that Pete Barta grabbed Robin for the booth?
Not at all. Pete's great. I love him.
Wow.
He's like a big brother to me.
Do you think Adam Barta is going to win this tournament?
I think that's a pretty good odds-on favor there. I mean, he's probably maybe a 4-1 favorite.
Mike doesn't think he has. Well, not that he doesn't have a chance, but Mike's rooting against him, and I might have to take Mike out. But yeah, Lee, you might be running the show here.
It's too much of a love affair of Adam Barta with Pete around and everything. I just want to see somebody else win and spread the wealth. But I do want to ask one more question. If Brunswick could write a blank check to acquire Adam Barta to throw their bowling equipment, how big of a check would it take, do you think, for Adam Barta to sign with Brunswick?
Oh, wow. That's I wish I had that blank check in my pocket, Mike. I really do. I've talked to him many times before, but, I mean, he's got a great sponsor, and, that's all he can ask for is just having a great sponsor backing him.
Well, you guys are making good stuff at Brunswick, too. I mean, you guys really stepped it up. Check out their product videos online. They're really, really good. All right. Well, thank you, Billy.
I don't know a lot
Appreciate it,
about
buddy. That's me down here just BSing with Billy Orlikowski, one of my legend people I look up to.
Great guy.
By the way, he better not split on this one, or you're done talking to him.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the camera so we can all watch.
I think he's gonna be fine right here.
And I'm sure we got a lot of bowlers that obviously pay attention to this, but something about bowlers is they're very, very superstitious.
Oh yeah.
Very superstitious.
He's one of them.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, you just run into it a lot. You see some crazy things.
Robin, how do you live with this guy when he comes back? And I said, I'm sorry about that shot. I'm like waiting to get punched in the arm, and he goes, it happens. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious.
That's because he knows it's being taped.
Meanwhile, he's back in the hotel room, and he's like, Robin, you know what I wanted to tell that Mike?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice ball.
10 in the
He
pit.
comes back with it right there.
10 in the pit.
Executed that shot perfectly. That was a perfect executed shot, Billy.
I thought you were going to let me go, Mike.
You walked over here. I think you got a little. You want some attention.
It's your male magnetism that draws me to you.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Rawr.
I do have that. Yeah, there's static electricity and then there's mic electricity, and mine is a lot more. There's no static guard for me.
I don't know what to say to that.
You shouldn't say anything except just drool and figure out how you can get some. It's getting late here at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne.
I think Chris Hester might be on there, and he says, how do you not love Billy O? You're right, Mr. Hester. Wish you were here, buddy.
I agree. This guy, he's a shot maker. This is the guy that you want on your college team as a leadoff bowler because he's like throwbot.
Chris?
Chris or
Billy?
Billy.
Oh, he is. He's Billy Bot.
He is. He's
Billy Bot. I like that.
Yeah.
But I'm 46, so what kind of college team wants a 46-year-old?
I think Wichita State said that they wanted you.
What was that show with the college guys that started the fraternity?
Wichita State wants you.
Wichita State, sure. If they're listening, I'm available. I got
Old
2 or
school.
3 years left
Old
of
school.
eligibility.
Billy, old school would want you on their team.
Yeah.
There you go. They got some 46-year-olds.
I'd have to quit my job at Brunswick, though, and go back to college. That'd be kind of tough.
All right, Billy's up again. His whole pair's like, dude,
Come on,
it's
what are you
already
doing to
running
us?
late. And there's a whole crowd of women
You're
back
killing
here
us.
throwing stones at him because they want this squad to end so they can bowl. But now I'm getting hugged, like really hugged. That's amazing.
Well, it is getting late in the evening, and it's amazing what adult beverages can do.
Yeah, you got that right.
Sometimes they start earlier than they should, but
I think he started yesterday.
So here's Billy Orlikowski on the
Yep.
approach, lane 41, 8th frame, working on a strike. Needs it here.
Oh.
2-8.
It looks like he's having a little trouble with that left lane there. He split last time. Can't see what he shot in the 4th frame there.
Yeah, the
but-
ball went sideways on the last shot.
Yeah.
Maybe he adjusted off of a bad shot.
At least he left himself somewhat of a makeable spare here, even though double wood sleepers can be tough on tougher shots like this.
Right.
I would say that the chances of Billy picking the 2-8 on this condition today is at 94.5% if I go back to the Billy Orlikowski handbook. Yep, that's it.
0.5%.
Well, we're about to find out. You better hope he doesn't miss it.
He's going to move a little bit over towards the right. He's going to tighten up his angle.
He's going to hook at it.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
3.5% there. No? 3.5%?
Mike,
Oh.
No.
you better leave him alone.
Yeah, he's not coming back over here.
He could be approaching tilt.
Oh, boy.
Tilt. Like when you get like really,
That's a poker phrase.
Oh, okay. I'm
you
sorry.
know, when you
It's when you're playing bad poker, when you're letting your mind and your thoughts of the people at the table get the best of you instead of just playing your game.
And in this case, relating it to bowling, the lane conditions or the ball or whatever.
Or me.
Distractions.
Yeah, distractions.
Distractions, a guy with a microphone wanting to talk to you after every single shot.
In between balls.
So anybody that
sometimes.
heard anything about it, 2 or 3 of those last shots, don't worry about it. Bill really is really, really good. You
He'll
can
be able to shake it off.
Yeah, you can take my word for it.
Yeah, actually, Bill O'Neill paid $2.3 million to steal the term "the real deal" from Bill Orlikowski.
There you go.
The real deal, Bill Orlikowski, is who it used to be.
By the way, just give a shout out in front of us to John Savoy. He's bowling. He's not up, but he's bowling here on lanes 39 and 40, and Keisha Nicole had put his name in there on the chat line.
Yep, so there's a nice shout out for John. We'll watch him for a little
He's
bit.
a Chicago guy, really nice guy. Bowls a lot of tournaments. I'm not sure how well he's doing, but do you know John Mike?
No, but I want to go back to something you said, the chat line.
What is it? The chat room?
What I like about that is it kind of goes back to those old TV infomercials like call into the chat line and you can meet someone today.
Oh, Lord.
You remember those?
No, I don't. But
Mike,
the first
Mike
3
knows.
minutes are free.
Mike knows all about them.
The first 3 minutes are free.
But I am
Call
gonna
into
I
the
don't
say-
know what you're talking about.
I don't look
first 3
like
minutes.
it, but I am significantly younger than Bill.
You are?
Yeah. I know I don't look it. Hey, stress does wonders for the human body, and I'm
No,
proof.
it's the gray hair
I
makes you
know.
distinguished.
By the way, I'm gonna get rid of this gray
No,
hair.
no,
I
no.
think.
You got the perfect mix of youth and experience going
Oh,
on
I
right
do.
there.
Because
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about getting rid of it. Adam's wife says yes. Everybody else says no.
What are you going to get rid of?
My gray hair.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, no.
I'm
It'd be
too young.
Way too obvious that, I'm sorry, but people will laugh at you.
Robin.
Don't do
They
it.
would.
See, that's what everybody says.
Here's what you
Don't
need to
do
do.
it.
This is what you need to do.
Shave it all off
No,
and be
no,
like
no.
Butterbean.
No.
Whatever his name is, right? Go ahead. What should I do?
Okay. You need to, over the course of a year and a half, okay?
Do one hair at a time.
Well, no.
You just put a skunk stripe in there or
No,
something.
no, no, no.
Oh, Lord.
They make this this hair spray paint.
Oh, my God.
Give yourself a little more pepper every day until it just becomes pepper. And then you can tell this story to people. You know what? It went gray, and then it started coming back. And they'll be like, you know what? It did start coming back. And you
That
can
could
just
work.
work right back into it.
You would be like the fountain of youth.
Yeah. I just don't like
Reverse
looking
that.
way older than what I am. I don't know.
I don't think you look that old.
No?
No, I would put you about 45.
See, you're way off.
Yeah.
42?
What are you? Okay, 35.
Way off.
35.
I had a
There, and he was guessing young to be nice. You
Oh.
have one,
Somebody
too?
told me today, they're like, well, you hardly look like you're in 30. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, look who's back.
I can, George, I won't. Have you been indulging in adult beverages?
Is that a lie?
It's a lie.
Hey.
I can tell I've known him too long.
Hello, George. Gomez.
So they told you what, Robin? You didn't look how old?
That I didn't even look like I was I was 30. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh, I don't know. How old are you? You shouldn't ask that.
I will be 34 in May.
I was going to say 31, 32.
How does Billy Orlikowski land you?
You know what?
While he's on the
That-
approach.
That is.
He made a
That
ball
is-
change.
Oh, and he
That was an
carried.
excellent ball change, Billy O.
That is a really good question.
He went to the, I believe that's the Alpha Max.
We won't make
or
you
the
go through the whole
Versamax.
thing, but where
I
did-
love that ball.
We won't make her go through the whole thing, but where did you meet? Where did you first meet Bill?
I'm going to guess somewhere that starts with a B and ends with a G.
Actually, it was
Burger King. No.
Oh, man.
No, go ahead.
I
thinking
worked
bowling.
for YABA, and we were doing an article for sport bowling because it was quite new for the youth bowlers. At the time, maybe it was like 1, 2, 3 years old. And he came over from Muskegon to help us write that article. I met him there for 4 hours maybe, very professional. And 3 or 4 years later, we crossed paths again. I was sponsored by Brunswick at the time, and he wanted to come and say hi and thanks for using a product. I was bowling well with it, and it kind of went from there.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a nice story.
It's, I never really wanted to date a bowler, be with a bowler, just because everybody's all in your business, and, it's never fun.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? It really has worked out well. Billy's a great coach. Has helped my great game tremendously. Knows obviously about bowling balls, but he understands. When you're a competitive person and you want to get out there and bowl, or you want to practice, you want to get better. He understands it. He gets it. He will do it with me, and we'll do it together. Versus I dated people who weren't bowlers. They didn't understand why I was gone every weekend bowling tournaments. They just don't get it. And if they don't play competitive sports, it doesn't work out in their minds. So it's been the best thing.
And you guys do get along very well. I mean, I see you out, and that's good.
That's because we're in public.
There you go.
Hey,
Chris Hester says Robin doesn't look a day over 20.
Oh, I love you, lefty.
I got to touch on this subject here. Bill Orlikowski is the All-American Beefcake. He is the type of guy that you want to bring home to mom and dad. He's a model citizen in the United States of America. And I've seen him out on tour, and there's all these tour rep guys, and they come in all different shapes and sizes. You've got big and tall like Chris Schlimmer. You've got short and skinny like Bugsy Kelly. You've got everybody. You got Chuck on the truck. All these guys have these personas. And then there's Bill Orlikowski, just your all-American guy. He eats some fries when he's hungry and still talks to his guys. He doesn't go up to them and offer them any information that's his BS. It's just what he sees. He's all business, and he's got the respect of all the players on his staff. And when they just don't feel like dealing with Chuck in their, his funniness, they go right over to Bill. Bill tells them what they need to know. He's awesome. He and Chuck have the perfect partnership out there. They complement each other very well. I've seen it the last couple stops that I was at.
Yeah.
How would you say that? Somebody gave a shout out
Where
to
at?
me. Would you say Jug? Juge Bowler 20 says hi.
I think it's a play on huge bowler. Maybe?
Oh, there you go. Who
Maybe,
is that,
maybe
by
the
the
J
way?
is silent. Let's see if we can figure out who that is.
Yeah, see if you can.
What do we got?
I'm not sure who that is.
Juge Bowler 20 in the chat is loving Barta Nation right now.
There you go.
I just have to throw this in there. That was just the back to the Billy thing.
Of course.
Well, just when you date somebody, people are like, "Oh, you're dating them? Oh, that's great." Blah blah blah. I dated somebody before Billy. People are like, "You're with that guy?" I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, "Ooh, what do you do?" And then I dated Billy, and they're like, "Oh, you're with him? Oh, he's such a great person." Nobody said anything bad about him, so that's when I knew I had a good guy.
Yep.
When nobody said anything bad about him.
There you go. That's usually a good sign.
Yeah, he's a good one.
He's a keeper.
He seems like a guy that if we knew the world was going to end tomorrow, but if you had a good enough plan and you could figure out the recipe to stay alive, he's a guy that you'd want to stand next to for him to figure out how that's going to work.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, he knows it too. He said, "That's right. You want to stay alive? You hang out with me." I'm going to get out of here though.
Chris
All right, that's
Hester
enough
says,
of that.
Peak Barta fans worldwide. That's true, Chris.
That's
Adam
right.
doesn't believe me, but the paparazzi is following me around, not him. That's okay.
Well, they
though.
know
I'm used to it.
they know where it's at. You're
Yeah, exactly.
you're the man.
I am the brains, good looks, and money behind Barta Nation. I'm
You
everything.
are.
Yeah, I am. I'm everything but the talent.
You and the biggest cheerleader.
I am. Oh well, I get to meet a lot of great people. I really enjoy it. It's nice to travel. It's long hours, but it's worth it. So
Looks
anyway,
we got
we were talking about
what is
some of
this
these-
here? This tweet is specifically for me here. Matt Turek, you're my Gandalf.
What's that?
Wow, McLovin SML. Thank you, McLovin SML. I have no idea what that means, but let's give a shout out to McLovin from SML.
I don't know that I like that. But,
That's a little creepy.
Yeah, it sounds a little
I probably should have
odd.
passed on that one, huh?
Are you wanted?
Yeah. Then I'll reply yes.
Yeah. So I'm just curious because we were going through it. How about some of the more of these women collegiate bowlers?
I know that Portia Duff, she bowled at Indiana State University. I bowled against her in college.
There you go.
Yep. There's a lot of names on here I don't recognize, but I've been out of college for
a while, a little while,
a little handful of time there. But yeah, we've got some great bowlers here, and you got the U.S. Open coming up this summer in Columbus.
Are you going to bowl?
I am.
I'll be there.
I made the decision I'm going to. I'm going to put the time in and
Good
train
you.
for it. Yep, for sure.
By the way, is Bill going to be in New Jersey next week? Adam and I are going.
No, he's not. Brian Graham is going instead of Billy. Need to keep Billy in the office for a little bit. With the new release of the new brand, the Radical, he's been super busy.
There you go.
But they'll still have a good support staff there for the Brunswick DV8 guys.
So pretty soon we're going to have the ladies and the seniors start. And the
Yeah,
guys
is
look
there
like
going to be
they're-
another break? Or are they re-oiling again?
I think they are.
So we're going to about another
it's gonna
45-minute
be-
break or so.
Needless to say, you're not going to get a lot of sleep tonight.
No. I was telling Mike at the pace we're going, we're probably going to be here till 3 in the morning bowling.
It's going to be late, that's for sure.
At least the women are a little quicker.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
only
that's
four-
true.
4 on a pair.
And do the seniors bowl again?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so another 4-game block then for them.
They bowl one less game.
Okay, well, here, I'm going to turn this over to Mike Flanagan here. I'm going to take a quick break, go to the bathroom, and here's Mike.
I know people are sick of hearing about Adam, but on the chat screen, line, whatever it is, they're asking how's he doing. Honestly, I don't really know how he's doing. He's kind of down the other way right now. I know he went 258, 237, 210. I don't know what he had games 4, and I'm sure he's in or finishing game 5 now. So that's kind of what I know. Zeke, I am not sure how Zeke is doing. He was in front of us a little bit ago. He is now down to our right, going towards the high end of the house.
I will tell you also, guys. Whoa, that.
Oh, it's very loud.
Yeah, I know. That's just kind of how I do it. I will tell you that next year we are going to work on getting these scores updated much faster. We've got some procedures that we can put in place to help those guys out, and we'll be able to do that. So we apologize for any delay on the scores, but I can tell you the scores are coming out faster this year than they did last year. So we're seeing an improvement.
Well, this is at least a step up. You guys weren't here last year?
No.
Correct.
So, I mean, this is always little baby steps, and it's awesome that you guys are here
growing
doing
pains.
this.
I mean, you do it. The more you do it, the more you learn. You get better at it. You guys certainly take it very serious. And
yeah, you know, it's funny. We do have fun. We do sit back. We try to have as much fun as we possibly can. But at the same time, we do take it serious. I mean, it's something that we want to be good at, and it's something that we want to make an impact, and we want to make some of the other streaming services try to strive to be what we are in certain ways, and then we pick up what we can from the others. You know, we try to be a hybrid between Extra Frame and Bowl.com, the USBC coverage.
another bowler from the Indianapolis area. I know he's won the Indianapolis Masters before. Was on 33 and 34. He just walked off. Bill Story bowls a lot of TNBA tournaments.
Mm-hmm. Does.
He just had a strike there. He's a left-hander. I'm not sure how he's doing, but you know, the lefties seem to be struggling a little bit today because of that oil. Not sure about this squad, but just from talking to a number of them, they're really struggling with that oil, which is why you've got to be able to play a lot of different angles and different spots on the lane.
There's so many variables when it comes to bowling. You know, your hand position, your speed, the ball that you use, the right part of the lane that you bowl on.
Hey, this is Andre Parker. I didn't even know he was bowling the tournament.
There you go.
Dre Parker went to Lindenwood University.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know how he did the first set. I just skipped over his name. When you look at 215 of them, you're bound to miss a couple. 218 to be exact.
Somebody's asking, what is the condition? It's a modified house shot. They took last year's pattern and they didn't tell us how much, but they added some oil. And by watching the bowlers, it's pretty significant that they definitely added some oil. The guys, the first block, were leaving a lot of 210s and stuff like that, so not exactly sure how much oil they added, but they added some oil. And there's still a number of pairs that are bowling. A lot of guys are finishing up. Looks like some people down there might be a game behind. The blue is going to be game 4 or game 9, depending on how you're looking at it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. Maybe it just is out of sequence.
I hope, for the sake of the ladies, because it's already after, it's almost 9 o'clock now. Look out.
You know, you're not supposed to feed gremlins after midnight.
Are you calling us women gremlins?
No, what I'm saying is I am a gremlin, and in order for me to have some meals, it's going to be after I'm done here.
Yes. You're not going to get a lot of sleep tonight. Just in case,
That's
you were
pretty.
wondering.
Yeah, that's for the par for the course. Yeah.
Guess you're going to be drinking a lot of Red Bull tomorrow. Coffee.
Yeah, possibly. I come in pretty wired, though. Just my commentary will be more off the wall when I get no sleep.
I know he comes
Might be
in
more
wired.
enjoyable.
I know he comes in wired because at the tournament in St. Louis, the Sunday or the Monday or whatever, I saw him and he looked a little frazzled coming in. I'm like, what happened? He got pulled over
Oh no.
on the way in because he thought he was going to be late, and then he was going to be really late because he was going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
And he used his charm and talked his way out of it, or he flashed some chest hair or something.
I did. It was
a lady cop. I don't know.
No, it was a male cop. That's how I got out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you're just putting out that charm all over the place. Billy, the cops.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I am genuine though. I pick who I want to talk nice to, and it's not like I'm just doing it with anybody.
There you go.
You're selective.
I am. I have selective hearing and selective complimenting. They go hand in hand.
I have to say, I like Bill Story's shirt. It's very
I was just gonna say that.
loud and proud. I love it.
Here's someone asked about the 99-cent tournament, and I know, Mike, we talked about this in St. Louis. Believe it or not, we're more than likely going to have a 99-cent tournament here in this bowling center.
Here?
Yeah, we're going to have one probably in April or May in the Warren area, and then we're going to have another one up here. So, and we hope to
How's that work? How's that work?
Well, in a nutshell, Pete puts up a bunch of money and loses it, and everybody gets to bowl for 99 cents. I do. The way it started was you got a lot of these house bowlers, and I wanted them to get a feel for how good you guys really are. Because I go watch you, you bowl on all these tournaments, and you bowl on hard shots, and people don't really have an appreciation for how good you guys really are. So they show up to the league and they shoot 230, 240, whatever, and they think they're great. So back home, I got the bright idea, and as you guys know, I'm not short on words or running my mouth. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a tournament here, and I'm going to charge 99 cents for the entry fee, just to prove that you guys will not bowl in your own backyard for under $1, including your lineage, for a chance to win $1,000. And believe it or not, a lot of those guys didn't show up. We had 481 entries, but a lot of those guys had to sort out their sock drawers, knock the salt off pretzels. They were busy. They couldn't find a time to bowl one of the 9 squads that we had. And it was on the U.S. Open pattern. They were extremely difficult. But a lot of other people showed up and had no real risk and a chance to win money and got to bowl with some really great bowlers. Of course, there was a lot of bracket action.
Sure.
Which is where you could really make a lot of money. And, I mean, we paid out a lot of money. And an older guy, Joe Nuzzo, won the tournament. And ironically, when he came in, he paid with 2 rolls of pennies.
That's funny.
And then he walked out. He's actually a friend of mine. Came back in and said, wait a minute, I made a mistake. Opened up one of his rolls of pennies and took the penny out to pay his 99 cents. And he ended up winning the tournament and getting $1,000.
And then you went and got a wheelbarrow from the local neighborhood hardware store, and you filled it up with pennies
and gave it to him.
Yep.
That'd be an awesome picture.
Yeah.
That would be.
I insisted, by the way, on giving the people their penny back. I would not take the extra penny.
Okay.
Just call it $1 because I wanted. And the first 100 bowlers got paid to bowl. The first donors, one of them being my other brother, donated money, $100, to the first 100 bowlers. So the first 100 bowlers that showed up got paid 1 penny to bowl, got their lineage for free, and had a chance to win $1,000, and still didn't show up.
Wow.
Pretty bad, huh?
Joe Nuzzo actually shot 308-18 at City tonight, Pete.
There you go. He's pretty good.
I just pulled that out of my butt. I just pulled it out, just that stat. It was transmitted into me, actually, via the Pony Express. They brought that over to me via singing telegram.
That's nice.
Yeah, yep. No, wait, that's the wonderful people in the chat letting us know.
Oh, I see.
The chat is amazing, actually.
It is amazing.
They tell us so many things that we don't know. That's one of my favorite things that we have is the chat.
Since we have Robin here, do you travel? We travel all over the place, but do you guys travel west much? Mike has a big tournament coming up in Iowa. Do you and Bill travel, west to I don't even know, Wisconsin, maybe out that way for tournaments?
Honestly, we really haven't too much. We would go to Chicago area sometimes. Our lives are pretty busy. Billy has a daughter from a previous marriage, so our weekends that we're not bowling, we spend with her. So, you know,
family first,
yeah,
as it should be.
Yeah. So we do have to pick and choose what we bowl, and like I said before, priorities change sometimes.
Yeah, they
so
do.
when I was, 10 years ago, I probably would have bowled at everything,
Well, at least you keep your priorities, and those are the right ones. Your family should always come first. We don't. I mean, we bowl all over the place, as you know, but we don't really go west a lot. But there are some really strong bowlers out west in the Oregon, Washington, Seattle area, like Mike Danielson, Jason Lauer. There's a lot of them. Actually, Shannon O'Keefe is from that area. I think she's from Oregon.
Oregon,
She's from Oregon. There really are a lot. California, there's a lot of strong bowlers in California. And we don't really hear a lot about those guys. Some of those do show up to this tournament. There's a number of guys here from California, that Harvey Johnson, who's involved in the TNBA somehow.
I'll be heading west when I bowl the USBC Open.
Which is in Reno?
Reno.
I'm not
Again.
a big fan of Reno myself.
I actually like it.
Do you really?
And I'm going to tell you why I like it. I like Reno because when you go out with groups of friends to bowl that tournament, it is so easy to run into each other on the streets. Or if you're like, hey, where are you guys at? It is always within walking distance.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about it is there's not a lot of options. So when you put people in a certain little area, the team gets closer. You spend more time with your buddies. Now, if you bowl with teammates that you don't like, then you're going to hate it. But I kind of like it, as opposed to going somewhere else where, oh, I got my rental car. Oh, can I bum a ride with you guys? Oh, Bob bought the compact economy car, and all the bowling balls are in the back. So, no, you can't go with us. Oh, man, you mean I got to go with Jerry? I'd never room with Jerry again. And you got all these problems. If you go to Reno, there's no rental car. You're just wandering around the streets.
And you have a group in case you get accosted by the bums.
Exactly.
to fend them off.
Right. If there's any, now
always walk in multiples there.
I didn't like the walk to the sands to pick up bracket money.
You
really?
walked
I think
there?
you're the only.
Oh yeah.
That is not safe.
I think you're the only one that doesn't like that walk.
I know. Everybody else enjoys it.
The first time I went there with Adam and we walked in to get his bracket money.
Yeah.
I thought they were filming Reno 911 at first.
Okay.
As a joke, but they had tackled some vagrant who grabbed all the chips off a table and decided to make a run for it right in front of us. And I was like, oh, this is a good sign. So we're about to put a bunch of money in our pockets and walk back?
Mm-hmm.
Taxi, please.
Yes.
Yeah. But, plus Reno built this huge place for bowlers. I don't know of any other city that built this huge place for bowlers.
Did you know that Las Vegas is going to?
I know they are going to. South Point, right?
Yeah.
This is news to me. They are going to do
They're
what?
building a bowling stadium in Las Vegas.
Ah, there you go.
South Point is.
Yep. I think 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but until I see the lanes installed and I can walk in there.
Or are they
right
going
now,
to build it around what they currently have?
I don't believe so.
Oh, they're going to do it all
brand new.
It'll be a different establishment.
Yeah.
I actually liked. Is that where the Masters was last year? It was in Vegas, and I don't know if it was at South. I forget the name of the casino, but I really liked that place because you could park right in the back and walk right in and bowl. You didn't have to lug your stuff through the casino. You could go right into the bowling alley. It was neat.
Right here in the chat, they say, "Who's the lady on the broadcast?" Makes me think of that song, "Who's that lady?" Right. Well, you can just look down below here, and you can see guest commentators right now: Pete Barta and Robin Orlikowski from On the Ball Bowling, KR, and Brunswick. She is here in the booth hanging out.
Yo.
She's married. She's very photogenic, but she's married.
She is married, and she has the perfect husband. So.
You just have a man crush on him.
I'm telling you, I do. I mean,
I'm beginning to think so, too.
It's very obvious.
That's okay, Mike.
Did you get your hand hug with him?
We did a hand hug. Mike and I did a hand hug.
No hand hug with him. Not yet.
Since we have Robin, we should do a three-way hand hug.
Sure.
Me, you, and Robin.
I did one with Amleto Monticelli and Lori Tesmar.
Yeah, but this would be two guys and one girl.
Well, we had the same thing.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever.
Would you calling Amleto a girl or me a girl?
Huh?
Yeah,
with a Canadian.
We'll do a international. Yeah.
International hand hug.
Amleto is from Venezuela.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
that's right. Boy, we're really striking out
first
here.
international woman.
Woman. There you go. Ding,
How
ding.
about that?
The first international woman.
Should we do that? Let's do that.
Here we are.
Which
Why not?
hand do you
Right
have to
here
do
in
it
the
with?
booth.
Well,
what you do
we
is
have
you
to
set it
figure-
up like this. You set up a triangle. So you'll come in on the triangle, and
Oh,
then
right.
Pete connects in.
This way, like this?
And then we all just
Oh,
collapse.
look at that.
Right
you turn
there.
It. You got to turn
Three-
it, though.
Oh,
look at that. You
there
got
I
to turn
am.
it the other
Oh,
way. There you
I
go.
am.
Look
Right there,
at that.
three-way hand hug.
How about that?
Right there, we did it.
I know that just woke all you people up in the chat.
I'm pretty sure
Three-way
everybody
hand
thinks we're lame.
Oh no,
okay.
not lame.
Very lame.
No, not lame.
No, actually, we're quite famous with these folks.
I've watched the Adam Barta, like the
Lee?
with his on
Oh,
Facebook with the
yeah.
big fur.
Dressed up as
furry-
Elvis with the big afro.
The afro, and then
Yeah.
like the guy that was like super hairy.
Yeah, he's Jack the Ripper.
That was
He
quite
is
disgusting.
a serial killer.
That was quite disgusting.
Yes, it was. But he's a serial killer. We're convinced of it. And every night in league, if he bowls bad, 4 people disappear from that town. So it's there's no doubt they're going to find a freezer full of people.
Watch your
and
back.
we know exactly who it is. I thought you were going to say you saw the one online of the league. Adam had a whole league.
I heard about
Did
it.
you? They did it together. And Mike has the most famous ones, but that's not really fair because he has
That's cheating.
access.
Yeah.
He has access to those. He had Lady
you-
Gaga.
Oh, I saw that one.
Lady Gaga.
Lady
yeah.
Gaga.
That was
look-alike.
hilarious. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you put these on YouTube, like under,
No,
like
they're-
you should tag them hand hug or something?
I know. I need to do a compilation of all of them. The problem is Adam and I started posting them on Facebook, and you can't rip them down off of there.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we really need to
Well,
grab the
can
original
you-
files and put them all on YouTube.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Can you take the original and put it on YouTube?
Yeah, so we need to get all the originals on YouTube. Then I need to download them all, put together a compilation of all of our hand hugs in order with a little storyline.
And then we're going to share the royalties because after it gets 1 million hits.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
not a
good.
problem.
I like
Just
that.
like South Park.
Is that how it started? Oh.
No, like you get a million hits.
I'm really laughing at this chat, okay? First of all, Hester's jealous of the hand hug. Bumpus thinks we all have issues.
We do. He's right.
And then up here, huge bowler 20 says, dang, I've never heard of her. Who's her husband? So as soon as we say Billy Orlikowski, they'll be like, oh, yeah, Billy O, yeah. So they didn't know who you were, Robin. And Jack the Ripper here, someone is talking about
that's who
one of the hand
That's a
hugs.
Warren guy. He's talking about the serial killer.
Yeah.
And there's no chance that he's listening to this.
Well, there's a nice 4-9 conversion there.
Let me give you an idea what this guy does during league.
49.
And this is, maybe it's par for the area typical bowler. This guy, that guy that you saw, knits M&Ms
Scarves?
and strange stuff.
That is not par for the course,
we bowled them.
especially for a man.
Exactly. That's why I said this guy definitely has deep issues. And in league, when we bowled their team, Adam had to strike out in the 10th to beat them by a pin. He threw the first 2, then he crumbled the bucket. So we beat them by 1. And Jack the Ripper proceeded to tear up his M&M knitting thing that he did.
Really?
Oh, it was quite. We wish we would have had a tape because we would be multi-millionaires.
I'd just
if we
be
would've had it.
careful where those, what are they called? The knitting.
Oh, yeah. Well, we thought about
Spiky
that he
thing.
might stab somebody with
Yeah,
it. But
I'd be
An ice
worried
pick?
with that.
no, the, what is that called? Crochet needle
Oh.
thing?
The needles.
Whatever that thing's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it takes all kinds, and there's no doubt you'll be seeing an episode of this guy on Night Bear Next Door, on Discovery, or
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted, or even he could be. We'd have to check the scores, Mike, out in the Long Island area. That serial killer that they can't find, they found all those bodies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
I either thought it was Dave Botzkowski,
Oh,
whatever.
geez.
You know Dave?
Yeah.
I think it's either him.
Barkowski, isn't it?
Barkowski, whatever. He knows I think it's him. I think it's either him or this guy, if he lived on the East Coast, if he had a really tough league shot. I mean, people would be, picked up 4, 5, 6 at a time a week.
Really?
So, you could get some big numbers that way. Unfortunately. And they say there are so many serial killers active at any given moment in the United States, and one of those is in Warren, Ohio.
Hey guys, just want to let you know that we're wrapping up coverage. Game number 5. It's the actually game number 10 that they have bowled today. It's just a little after 9 here in Cleveland. Mike Flanagan here on the call with guest commentators Pete Barta and Robin Orlikowski.
Oh, you're not going to sign it off now, are you?
No,
this minute?
but we just have some folks asking where we're at and kind of give a little recap of what's happening here. So
we're having fun. We're lightening it up.
This is our final pair here that we'll be bringing to you, and then we'll bring it back to the booth. We'll wrap up coverage with Robin and Pete. And then we'll take a little bit of a break. The 3 of us are going to go get something to eat. Matt Turek, if you want to work on getting those vouchers from the tournament office and bringing those up here, and we can grab our menu and figure that out. We'll think about some food. And then we're going to bring you another 5 games tonight with the women. We'll be featuring the women tonight. We'll be giving you updates of the seniors as well. And that's what we'll be doing tonight. So the broadcast is not over. We're going to have bowling all night. If you're having a barbecue out back or a bonfire, hook us up to a flat screen TV and listen to some bowling tonight as we have great guests. And that's kind of where we're at here at the Reed-Hawthorne. It's been a long day. We've been here since 7 a.m.
For what it's worth, I'm going to continue starving.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's been great all day.
Just keep starving it up.
Yeah, you know.
And that's what's going on. So just a little update there.
I think I could go on Dual Survival, that show that's on Discovery or whatever. I'm a big fan of that. Those guys that go out and they drop them off in the middle of nowhere, say see you in a week and you got to survive. I'd have no problem with the food part of it. You know, I can go a while without eating. The water might get to me and the snakes. I hate snakes.
Tony Companion
Spiders.
Jr. checking in says, bring in Stu later.
Who is Stu? Oh,
Stu Williams. Stu from England.
I don't know. He's here
with,
bowling?
With Tina Stickney.
There we go. We got
He's
it.
bowling or he's watching?
No, he's just watching. He's a pro bowler.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
know him.
You don't know Stu Williams?
Oh, wait, the young guy?
Yeah,
he's from England.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he bowled the Masters last year, I think.
Yeah,
Bowls
he's
it on.
probably bowled the Masters last couple of years. International phenom on
Is
the
he a
PBA
younger
Tour.
guy?
Yeah, he's a little younger. I mean,
He's on the Atom Splitters team on the PBA League.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
He was Chris Barnes' second-round pick. Dom Barrett in the first round. Stu Williams, second round.
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
Do we have updated scores? Is that what he asked?
He's asking for updated men's standings.
We don't have any.
We don't have any.
yet,
You
sorry.
have to go down to the tournament office, Zeke. Yeah.
I did see.
Don't come over here asking for that anymore.
Go ahead, Rob. You did see what?
I see Hester there, plugging me or whatever with 2001. I bowled the Queens tournament. Was my first time. I skipped actually my college graduation to go bowl the Queens
The
tournament.
National Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Made TV.
I ended up making the TV show. I went, you know, I hardly made the cut, and then I worked my way up, bowling some pretty tough bowlers. I know I bowl Lisa Wagner.
Oh yeah.
Smoked her. That was kind
Wow.
of fun.
Said right here on the chat, Robin
Well,
Orlikowski
It's the truth.
smoked
At least
Lisa
I can
Wagner.
say it's the truth. But it was a
awesome,
3-game match,
Robin.
and I think I got her by like 200 pins almost. But anyway, so thanks, Chris. That was like
That's
an
really
awesome
nice.
experience.
You know, I wish, and it's kind of hard to get out of them because a lot of the really good bowlers are really, really humble. Robin's one of them.
Oh, yeah.
But they've really accomplished a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people just don't know. And by the way, that's part of what my website draws out. There's a section in there that talks about accomplishments and stuff.
The National Amateur
the
Bowling
National Amateur
Rankings,
Bowler
which right now
Rankings.
is doing a little construction. It's going to come
Right.
back bigger and better.
Absolutely, in April. And it has all the tournament results in there. And you can pull it up and look and see how many wins somebody has, how many top tens, the tournaments they've won.
Yeah.
And even if they're older, they can send the information to us and we add it right to it. And it's there for people to see. So people can kind of go through and look and say, wow, that guy really won that many tournaments, or, you know, that woman's really that good. And I wish there was more. That's one of the reasons I wanted that feature in the website, was because these guys work so hard, and like nobody, you know, if you're not around, you don't really know what they've accomplished and how hard it was for them to get,
sure,
you know, to where they were. Just like Robin just said, I didn't know that about Robin, and I've known you for years, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, my mom convinced me to bowl it. I was down there for the ACUI championships. It was a singles thing in college. She's like, I think you should bowl it. And I was like, oh, I don't think so. Because the entry fee was like $300. And to a college kid, $300 is a lot of money. So I was like, I don't think I should do it. She's like, oh, I'll get it. And because of that tournament, it really got me set up for my life when I graduated, because I got, my couch for my new apartment and all the dishes and everything just set me up. And I think I made like over $6,000 and with a couple endorsements in there and stuff. So,
That's nice.
I skipped my college graduation to bowl.
How about that?
And Robin Orlikowski here joins us, Pete Barta, Mike Flanagan. We're here wrapping up coverage here at the Reed-Hawthorne TNBA Singles Classic Tournament here in Cleveland, Ohio. We're in the 80-lane beautiful center of Freeway Lanes, just in Wickliffe, Ohio. It's a suburb of Cleveland.
Yeah.
I want to bring up a quick topic here before we let you guys go, and I want to bring up women's professional bowling for a moment. And I just want to let everybody know at home that I really feel passionate that we really need to do something about women's bowling. Since we have Robin in here, I think it's good to bring up. Let's pick people like Kelly Kulick. Let's pick people like Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson.
Shannon Paholski.
Yep, there's another one.
Yeah.
Linda Barnes. And then, those are the big hitters, and we're missing a few. But then I want to talk about the people that are on that next cusp, like the John Mazza, Brian Goebels of the world in the PBA Tour. That's your Robin Orlikowskis. That's your other ladies out there. You know, too many to name.
Right.
And these, we never got to see their careers. Like, who has the most titles in women's professional bowling? Do we know that? Am I putting you guys on the spot? Is it Lisa Wagner?
I would think either Wendy or Carolyn Dorn Ballard, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, what about Tish Johnson? I don't know. I mean, Tish was good.
In the chat, maybe they might be able to help us. We'll look back at that in just a moment.
I know she won the Super Wanky for $100,000. I know that's not a PBA tournament, but
here's my problem. Liz Johnson might be the greatest female bowler ever in the history of bowling. Kelly Kulick might be the best ever. But we will never know, and we'll never be able to make that argument because women's professional bowling is gone.
It's sad.
That pisses me off.
It's sad.
I don't like it.
It sucks.
It does suck.
I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer right now.
Yeah.
But if anybody out there knows of people that are passionate about women's sports, because there's people out there with the cash to be able, I'm not saying you got to start up a tour, just start up a couple tournaments or get behind one. Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, some of these different brands.
Are you saying we're going to have to bowl in our bra and panties?
Oh, you'll get a lot of attention.
Hey, whatever that takes. But I'm just saying in general, there are enough women's founded companies and thriving women companies that need to look into sports. It's not just bowling, but I'm going to be selfish for a minute. We need some events for female bowlers.
There are not enough women's events for sure.
There's not.
And there are a lot of really good women bowlers.
And
I agree.
And you want to know what really bothers me? I'm out on the PBA Tour, and I see Kelly Kulick, and I see Liz Johnson, I see Deandra Asbeatty, I see Shannon Paholski, and these women are out trying to do it with the men. And when I walk up to them, I hate to hear this, but it's the truth and it's reality, and they have to they have to set themselves up for this. They're just trying to make match play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know Kelly won, great, fantastic,
right.
But they need to be able to have the mindset again and that competitive edge that they're going to win a title, a professional title, and that really bothers me.
I agree. The only downside that I saw to it at the time was when they had the tour, the ladies that bowled on that got banned from a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a big, and you can't really do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a big sacrifice for them to go out there for the little bit of money that was there, because if they did win, or they did, then it actually cost them a lot of money.
Right.
Out of their pockets.
I would think since it's been gone and it would have to get restarted again, I think that all of those things would disappear.
And
because
maybe not call it, just take away the professional connotation to it.
Yeah, how about just a women's
tour, or whatever you want to call it.
Like a celebrity golf tour or something.
You know, I mean, you've given me an idea. I know it's not related to that, but I may actually just, for the hell of it, have a 99-cent women's tournament, just because there's a lot of women and they could all bowl. I'd like to see it.
Like, think about this.
Only women against women. Why not?
Pete Barta. How about like Theo McNair from the Real Bowlers Tour down in Atlanta? How about the Underground Bowlers Tour up in New York?
Right.
How about like Joe Engelcast, who I'm going to be doing an event next week, if you want to join us for more live streaming, the Fusion Realtors next weekend, who can get money from Waterloo Convention. He's very good at going out and getting sponsors. What if like 15 of us all worked together for one women's tournament, and we all brought $3,000 worth of sponsorship, and we get the center to put up 10 or 15 grand? The next thing you know, we've got a third jewel of a Triple Crown.
Well, you can count me in. I'll give it to you right now.
Right here, the two sticks have been rubbed together. We got a little bit of fire right here.
I can tell you right now.
Who's going to be our kindling?
I can tell you right now, National Amateur Bowl Rankings would do it.
I would do it too.
So there's 6,000.
What are they saying in the chat?
I'd do it.
32 titles, most in PWBA history, Lisa Wagner.
Oh, okay. You were right.
Mike, I would do it. I mean,
32
you kind of have to
titles.
you kind of have to have it, well, not centrally located in the center of the country, but I could probably figure out from my website where the majority of the women bowlers are. My guess is, just like everything else, it's going to be Midwest, Northeast. Not necessarily here, but that's probably where the majority of them are. You have some in, everywhere. If you could find the right bowling center that would want to do it, that would maybe eat the lineage for the coverage. By the way, when I do my 99 centers, the tournaments, the houses eat the lineage, obviously.
Right.
I mean, I can't pay the lineage and
right.
the money. And,
right.
But they're also, when I did it, they sold out everything they had.
Right.
So if we could, and I mean, we know enough people, we could do that. I'd be behind that.
Yeah,
I mean, Adam might have to get a sex change, but
we have lit the light, ladies and gentlemen. We have lit the light. We're shining it at you, and we want to do something for women's
And if anybody
bowling.
has suggestions on other people that may be interested in doing it or whatever, you can friend Mike Flanagan, give it to him. You can friend me on Facebook too.
Sure,
if you
Pete
want.
Barta, Mike Flanagan. Yeah, we want to.
We'll do it. And
Let's give ourselves 3 years to get this done.
why 3? We can do it next year.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm just known for getting things done. So if I'm going to do them, I get them done.
All right.
My way,
You're the
just do it.
Yeah, just do
like
it is
Frank
right.
Sinatra says. I did it
I mean,
my
it's
way.
It's just the way I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I say I'm going to do it, I'm one of those rare guys. I'm going to do it.
You know, there's this website called Kickstarter.com where you can start projects.
Right.
We could just have people pledge money. I know Paula Vidad's doing that with the Women's Bowling Alliance.
You
but
guys should go on that Shark program,
Shark Tank. Watch that show all the time.
Do it.
I've never seen it, but
Oh, you'd like it.
Yeah?
It's your kind of show.
You pitch your company,
Yeah.
and then you try to get people to buy into your
I mean,
idea.
I'm being serious here, Mike.
I am not messing around either.
I say we run
I
with
wouldn't
it.
have brought this up at the end of the broadcast.
Another person who's talked about that is Calvin Parker, the guy that runs the Bud Light.
Okay.
He's talked about doing that as well.
Well, that's what we need to do. We need to get like 10 or 15 really solid tournament organizers and all work it and agree to disagree on some things so we don't get all this red tape and then it takes 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, you can't.
You
just gotta hash it out.
appoint a guy and then you just make it work. But
Yeah.
I think if we all brought things together, we could have the biggest women's tournament in the United States.
I think we could do it. We
and
really
and
could
I'll
do
scream it,
We
and
have
I'll produce a TV final.
We have $6,000 right now.
I know.
In 30 seconds.
30
How
seconds.
much does the U.S. Open? How much is first place there for women?
25,000.
25.
Might be 20 now.
Only we would do it, obviously, we would do it our way.
Right.
I mean, we would, it would pay, it wouldn't just necessarily be top heavy.
No, we'd figure all that out.
Yeah, if we're going to do it.
We would just sit down and hash that all out. We'd have a round table on Skype, so we wouldn't have any expenses to get back to ourselves.
I
We'd
would
go to
do
the-
it.
Yeah, we would.
I would do it. I know you probably have connections of people that would be interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I can think of another guy that would get involved right now. Jim Hilligus. I think
Okay.
you met him at the other tournament.
I bet Woody
Cheap
Dema
Bowling-
would get involved, too.
Cheapbowlingballs.com.
Yeah.
I went to
Jim
college
Hilligus-
with Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Mhm.
Jim Hilligus would get behind it. I know he would.
Yeah.
I mean, I know him pretty well. Woody Dama, he would do it too.
Absolutely.
So there would be $12,000. Right? Those guys are doing it in the drop of a hat.
Yep.
So you're already at halfway to the Women's U.S. Open. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd speak for those guys.
Yeah, we just got to do it. We just got to lean on our friends and.
Make the call.
Here's the
call.
question. When do you do it? I mean, I know I don't want to go too far with
We'll
it.
work on this.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's funny.
It's got to be.
Here's what we're going to do. At that telecast, and when we're there and it's happening, we're going to go back and replay this segment right here.
There
We
you
told
go.
you so.
We will make it happen.
That's right. There's a song about that, too.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Well, I just
Google
get
it.
things done.
It's in your wheelhouse.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Make it happen.
I'm telling you, because I'm known as a rainmaker. Look it up.
I'm known as
Make it
Rain
rain.
Man.
You know what I
With the
mean?
money?
You know what a rainmaker is?
It doesn't
A
let-
rainmaker is a person who gets it done.
Gets it done.
You know what I mean? Not just fantasizes about whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to take the ball.
You
You're going to
actually
get. If you're going to
follow
get
through.
Yeah. If you're going to give me the ball, I'm taking it to the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's it's a shame with the women's bowling that the young girls now in high school, college bowling, they don't have anything to aspire to. What are they gonna? I mean, you can bowl the Queen's Tournament, the U.S. Open, make Team USA or whatever country you wanna you can represent.
Right.
Beyond that, you don't have much. I mean, you're gonna have to
agree.
get a job and then just bowl on the side. It's a hobby.
I
sure.
like the idea, Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
He's got something going on there.
Matt, you want to grab her and put her down there and set up a camera? We've got a quick interview that we need to do here, TNBA related.
Who's that? You're gonna do Novella?
Yeah, we're gonna get Novella.
Novella Daniels. He's gonna do it over there, dear.
Yeah.
Novella's a friend of mine as well.
Yeah, you could actually right there would be good, Matt. That'd be great.
Right, Novella.
Yeah, just right there is perfect. Yeah, we'll just set her up right here. We're gonna talk to Novella. I believe Robin, you've bowled against her
How does
before.
Pete know
I have.
everybody? Right.
Yeah, we're gonna do
She
that.
snapped me off last year for this tournament. She shot 300 the last game to snap
Okay.
me. You snapped me off last year shooting a 300 last game to make it a top 5.
Hi, Brett.
And then you know what? She ran the ladder and won the whole thing. So
Yes,
that
she did.
I'm okay with that then. She's a good
Yes,
girl.
she's good.
Great person.
She joins us now in the booth. Hi, Novella.
Hi, how are you?
Great. It's great to have you here joining us.
Glad to be here.
So we were just telling a story. We want to hear it from your eyes. Tell us about how you beat up on Robin.
Well, it wasn't just Robin that weekend.
Oh.
I had a little fun. I started the day off with 802 for the first 3. 802.
Oh, yeah,
Then,
802.
Before the cut, I go like 130 to maybe the number to the cash. And then game 4, before the top 5, I shoot 300. So I had a good day going in. And
So
it was
11:02?
Just escalated a little
It was
bit.
the last game, wasn't it?
It was the last
it was
game
the last
before
game
the top
cut.
5.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had shot like a 300 just like before that,
Yeah.
not too long, and then she comes in and everybody's checking the scores
Right.
because they thought that they wrote one of my scores down wrong, and so because they were like, oh, she got her, no, she missed by a pin, no, she got her
Right.
by a pin, so we didn't know, and
We were going back and forth.
So-
Not that we didn't have our own scores. We were just sitting there like
Yeah.
with them in our hands.
So
but-
Robin played the king of hearts and thought for sure she was going to take the trick, and then you came in with the ace and trumped her.
A little bit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I got it down to hearts
But
here.
I'm okay because she ran the ladder and just swept it all. So if I got beat out by anybody, I'm glad I got beat out by her.
Well,
Thank you, Robin. So sweet.
how are things looking today for you?
Not as well. Well, actually, it's looking about like last year. I probably started my first block minus last year, so I'm a slow starter. So hopefully, no, not hopefully. This next set will get better and it'll start escalating as it did last year.
Well, thanks for coming in and joining us. We're going to wrap this thing up.
Oh, no
We're going to
problem.
grab some food. We're going to commentate about you bowling, though. We want to wish you all the success in the world out there on the lanes.
Thank you so much.
We want to see you get in there. We want to see you make a run. We know you're capable of doing it with what you did last year, right? It was last
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we wish you all the success.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here with us.
No
We really
problem.
appreciate you so
All
much.
right, Novella.
And it's about time to get this thing wrapped up, guys. I want to thank Robin and Pete both for filling in the booth with Matt and I. It's always a joy having these great commentators coming in, sharing your stories, your life stories.
Thank you, Robin. Really,
knowing
it was
all these
really
people.
nice having you in here.
This was
And
my
you learned
first.
a lot.
I did
You
learn
learned a lot about
Well, I
Robin.
knew she was on Team Canada.
Yeah.
I knew that. I know she's really good. I've seen her bowl, but I didn't know that she did so well in the 2001 Queen.
And this is your, what'd you say, this is your first?
This is my first time ever doing something
No
like this. so-
way. Really?
This
I
in the
know I
back?
sound pretty professional.
Yeah, you do.
So
Oh, you
you're,
do.
You're welcome.
You do.
Yeah.
I really kind of feel like the girls on Saturday Night Live, like that Sweaty Balls episode.
Do you like
Okay.
my sweaty balls?
I kind of feel like that right now.
Well, they're right there. You can look at them right there,
Yeah.
Robin, and tell everybody hi and that you made your debut tonight. So
Yeah, you're welcome.
we wish you
I hope
luck
you
tonight,
enjoyed.
Robin. We want you to tear it up.
Yes.
I would like to.
When you come through here, we'll have an open mic. You know how it works. You know the drum roll.
Yes, I know how. I do know how
Don't
it works,
throw a
and
step when you're on camera.
I will regretfully decline my interview at that time.
Okay. All right. So if you go open, there's no chance of you coming
Oh,
over here
I
and
might.
possibly mixing it up.
Yeah, if you can spark that fire or
Okay,
make
all
me
right.
laugh, I might
yeah,
need
we'll-
that.
Oh, I can make you laugh.
Yeah.
Can I make everybody laugh?
One. Yep. Right here.
It's not that bad. I mean, no, Adam says some gross stuff.
This is the closing joke by Pete Barta,
Okay.
brought to you by Corona.
You know, it's kind of stupid, but whatever.
Brought to you by Corona.
Who cares? He can laugh or cry or whatever. Just say he's an idiot.
Okay.
So you guys know who Lorena Bobbitt is?
Yes, I
right?
do.
Robin,
Yeah.
you know who she is.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what she did, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure that people on the chat thing. She's the lady that cut off her guy's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Her husband's. I'm gonna say it.
No.
Yeah.
It was his soda bottle.
Yeah, his penis. I could say it's.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Soda
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
chucked it
Soda
up
bottle.
or fried it up or whatever she did. Anyway.
Yeah.
Her sister just tried it with her husband.
Really?
Yes, and she missed.
Uh-oh.
And they charged her with a misdemeanor.
Bum. He'll be here all week, folks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, Pete, yeah, don't quit your day job. Okay.
Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament, wrapping up women's and seniors. Getting ready to go to the women and the seniors. We're wrapping up the men's. It's been a pleasure, Pete Barta.
Thank you.
Robin Orlikowski from
Thanks.
Brunswick and KR. We appreciate you guys.
Oh.
Sorry, Robin.
That was a
Bill,
ear bump.
Bill, that is not a hickey. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be back with some more coverage here in just a little bit. Hang out with us. We're going to grab some food. We'll take you over to the Jib, and we'll see you for. You can watch Robin Bowl actually here in just a little bit. Here on InsideBowling.com TV. I'm Mike Flanagan. We'll see you soon.
Goodbye, everybody.